What is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a great day. This is just like a little intro. We got a long video for you. So Tony from Oldnerdeviews and Ian from Peepthisout went on the Nothing to Say show. It's like a radio, internet, podcast type deal. Anyways, so the video is 3 hours long. So just fair warning. Obviously, I don't expect anybody to watch the whole thing. If you want to, that's fine. But I'm just going to throw it up here. Skip around, if you see something you like, cool. But I'm just throwing it up here. We had a blast doing this. It was a lot of fun. Talked about food, talked about life, talked about dreams, hobbies, all types of good stuff there. So I'll include links to Ian and Tony's channels below, and enjoy the show.
And good evening, friends. It's Charlie as usual. Skunky is, she's technically joining us tonight. This is the first Blab conference, the meeting of the Tummies, as we've called it. Skunky is in the chat room for this right now. She's moderating the chat room. But joining me tonight as guests are Tony from Oldnerdeviews. It's been a very long day. Ian K from Peepthisout.
Hello.
And John from Bitechewreview.
Hello there.
And for the next little bit, we're just going to be talking about what we normally talk about on the show, which is nothing, of course. And these fine gentlemen will be talking about their various YouTube channels, their shows, their websites, and what they do. So let's start things off the right way. Tony, I saw your video today, and you had some excitement going on. Is everything okay out there?
Yeah, it was totally, absolutely bizarre. I was deciding what to do. I have my clipboard of fluff. Mm-hmm. So I have printed out different things that I want to do from different places and requests that people have made. And then what I do is I copy and paste the information from the website in those things. And then I go through and I decide what I'm going to do. So I just picked out Jack in the Box because it was fairly close and I was under pressure to get it out real quick.
Right.
So I head on over to Jack in the Box and I started doing the review. And thinking back, knowing what I know now, I heard a noise, but I didn't recognize it. So I didn't pay any mind. And I'm doing the review. I went in and got my sandwich. I didn't go through the drive-thru. Went in, got my sandwich, came out to the car, and I'm sitting there and I'm starting the review. All of a sudden, I see a fire engine pull in. What the crap? And it's pulling in Jack in the Box. Then comes a second one. Then 3 cop cars, all with their lights on. And then a EMT vehicle and a rescue vehicle.
What did you do while you were there?
Yeah. I'm going, well, I'm talking to the camera at the same time, and I'm going, guys, I don't have a clue what is going on here. And based on just as little back, based on what I ate, this thing had like 1 million calories and 1 million grams of sodium and all this crap. And I'm going, perhaps somebody had the sandwich in there and had a heart attack because I'm waiting for mine. And so this morning, I never did find out what was going on, even though I took some video of it. And this morning, my wife Zoanna's on her laptop and she's looking at and she sees that there was an old person who veered off the road and crashed through the wall of the Jack in the Box I was at.
God. Oy.
I'm going, holy cow, now I know what's going on. And now that sound kind of made sense. And so, yeah, of all the places I could have been, of all the times I could have been, I was there and I was probably 5 minutes from that car coming through the wall. I mean, I wish I'd had my video glasses on and actually saw it inside.
First person.
Heck of a thing. I would have had the news stations calling me up saying, "Can I get your footage?"
Exciting! Wow.
So was the sandwich good? Sandwich was mediocre. I expected a lot more out of it. It was a chicken. What was it called?
Chicken tater, wasn't it? Something chicken tater?
It was the chicken tater, yeah, which is usually only available in the Munchie box after 9 p.m., but you can buy it separately for like $4 anytime. And so, you know, it consisted of chicken patty, 3 cheeses all melted over, hash browns on it, 2 slices of bacon on a croissant. And after eating this thing, about halfway through it, I started to feel like I did when I ate their big giant breakfast burritos. I started getting kind of lightheaded and stuff. And I'm going, this doesn't feel right. So I made it about 3/4 of the way through the sandwich and I ditched the rest. I'm going, man, I'm done.
It looked extreme. It looked extreme in the picture.
It looked good, and I expected a lot more. But I mean, if I'm going to die, I want something to really blow me away. I want to go out with a friggin' bang. And this just didn't cut it. It's just like it petered out, and I'm going to croak, and I'm going to go, what the hell did I die for?
Wow, amazing.
Oh, I will say, all 3 of you are very lucky men because you can still have bacon. And you can eat this stuff with the high sodium. You don't have to worry about it.
Bacon is the holy grail on anything that you have it on. It doesn't matter how bad something is. If it's got crispy bacon, it gets points. It's very simple. Very simple.
I will ask.
Are any of you guys pro wrestling fans?
Yeah.
You are? Okay. You'll appreciate this then. Last night, I had a shoot on Grimm. If you guys don't know, I do background work. A lot of stuff happens in Portland. The Librarians is filmed here. Grimm is filmed here. Leverage was filmed here. Portlandia, of course, is filmed here. And some movies and stuff. But I was on Grimm last night. Pouring rain. Cold as hell. I was on the crime scene unit team. So we're shooting in this alley that's in Portland, and it's pouring down rain. And what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to set my case. They gave me a case as a prop, my EMT or CSU case, whatever. Yeah. I'm supposed to put it down beside the body who's laying there, and it's a real body. It's a guy laying there, and there's a
live body next to me.
Yeah,
it's a real dead body.
Well, I mean, sometimes they have fake ones, and I mean, they look so real, they scare the hell out of you, especially the ones that they slice in half and stuff. That freaks me out. But anyway, so I come around the corner to put my case down, and I'm looking at this guy on the ground. I'm going, I recognize this man, but I don't know from where. So we do the little, scene, and we get up, they call cut, and I start to walk off, and I hear somebody grab him by the arm to help him up and say, "Here, Chavo." It was Chavo Guerrero Jr.
That's ridiculous. That's what he's doing nowadays. He's being a dead body extra in the
episode that they're doing. But okay. I mean, watch for it because you'll see Chavo dead. And anyway, I thought
are you in the scene? Like you're in there dropping the bag, like you're completely visible of everything, or
it's hard to tell when they shoot. I think it was from the back because I saw the crane behind me, and the crane comes down below or in back of us. But there's a photographer there. I'm there. They call action. We kind of background action. We kind of do our thing and get up and walk away, and then Chavo's there. So I don't know what you'll see.
Wow.
Right. I'll definitely look for it, though. It's
yeah. Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Okay, I'll stop hogging.
You're fine. You're fine. One thing, though, gentlemen, as you were talking about the bacon a few minutes ago, that is one thing that I absolutely must stress at the beginning of this. I want to go ahead and get it out of the way. My regular listeners and viewers know that I had a heart attack and died a few years ago. They got me back after 4.5 minutes, luckily. But that's one thing I need to stress. Everyone,
I also died.
3 gentlemen, you did as well, John. Then you know exactly what I mean.
I did not from a heart attack though, but I also died momentarily. Not nearly as long as 4 minutes though, but
wow.
Yeah. They were ready to give up on me, and they said one more try.
That's
but
crazy.
Viewers, listeners, anyone who sees this later on when it's on YouTube, please go to your doctor on a regular basis. Get your heart checked. It's extremely important.
Everything in
moderation, right here, especially because you're dealing with all the sodium and the fat.
Yeah,
and the
especially if you're us.
Yeah, Yeah, some of us are dealing with it more than others, right?
Some of us are just asking for it.
Yeah. Charles, I gotta say that's a good segue into probably getting maybe talking about what a lot of viewers, I know at least with mine personally from my channel, you get those comments about, how could you eat as much as you do, or eating these things on a daily basis. You see these comments of all kinds of other food reviewers on a daily basis. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. It's all about moderation, and the big thing with me, I know that people, whenever I'm commenting back, it's all about, having that life balance. You have, the balance of physical activity, and you have the stuff that, I love doing that type of thing. But honestly, I can't personally do more than maybe 1 or 2 reviews a week and feel okay with myself about it for no reason. So, I totally hear what you're saying. It's all about managing, the quality of life balance with that. But I'm sure you guys could probably chime in. It's a concern, obviously, when you see so many reviews of so many fast food.
It's definitely
how do you balance it? How do you balance it and have something that people that are going to want to take a look at, they're going to want to see? But what is it that you can really do to kind of make sure that when you have, say, the 1,500 million calorie chicken tater sandwich one day, how do you balance that with, okay, the triple bacon deluxe something on a Wednesday or a Friday? It's a matter of, honestly, the sodium is insane on all these products. But
definitely.
And just like Charles, that you're saying, see your doctor on a daily basis. I know for me personally, my birthday is 9/11, and unfortunately, it's a day that everybody's going to remember forever.
Crap.
I go to the doctor every time. I know. I'll never forget where I was when I was 28. So if people are curious to know my age, there you go. You just do the math there. But it's a matter of make that the annual mark that you go to have yourself check your cholesterol. Do the pee in the cup, do the blood, do everything you got to do. But at least you have an exact date that when you went the previous year. And then you kind of adjust your life and do what you need to do. For those who are in the food review community, obviously, it's a concern. It's definitely a concern, I'm sure.
For sure.
Oh, yes.
This has been a public service announcement of Peepthisout.
Okay, in the chat, Tom Cody, which several of you probably know as the Food Snot, he says he's gained 20 pounds since he started doing the Food Snot videos.
Doesn't surprise me. I need to work out a lot more. I used to be pretty buff when I was younger. And since I started doing this, I've gotten this second chin going on here and crap like that, and face is a little, and I'm 52 this year. I was 52 in October, and I've done my time. It really doesn't matter to me. I don't do this moderation thing, and I don't do this heart thing and stuff like that. I figure I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to, go as long as I can. And when I croak, it's like, see ya. Happy trails.
Tony, I used to feel that way until it actually happened to me. And then I said, nope, I'm not doing this again. They got me back once. They might not be as lucky the next time.
Yeah.
My cardiologist, he put the piece of metal on my chest. He said, here's your new diet.
Was it due to strictly cholesterol and sodium things, or was it?
Yeah,
what exactly was the reason? Was it like mechanical, or was it electrical, or what was the diagnosis?
My heart at the time, which it's gotten a little better, but not that much, because they will recover over time. But I'd had a few other problems going on. I had a respiratory issue. There was an actual fungus filling up my right lung.
Wow.
And this had gone on for a year. And they basically went in and vacuumed out the fungus to clear up my lung. And they kept me in the hospital overnight just for observation. And about 8:30 that night, my heart stopped.
Wow. They
said I would have died nearly a year before that, but the fungus kept me coughing, so that kept causing heart compressions. So where I wasn't coughing anymore, my heart just went, okay, I'm done, and quit.
That's ridiculous.
As of a couple of weeks ago, the last time I went to my cardiologist and they ran the usual tests, I go every 2 months right now, and they check everything out. I have 12% of my heart functional.
Right now?
Right now.
Ooh,
wow.
How?
At what point is like a pacemaker a viable option at that point?
Anything below 30%, they want you to get a pacemaker.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think it's.
So the next question would be, why don't you have a pacemaker?
I do, right here.
Oh, you do? Okay. All right.
About this big, and it keeps my heart beating 24/7.
Wow.
You know, I've actually read that if you think that you're having like a cardiac event like that, if just like you were saying with the coughing, because it causes the compressions with that there. When you do cough, when you exhale, you want to hold that for a second and then do it again. So it's like it's kind of forcing, instead of like coughing, you're actually getting the compression. And that's supposedly, you know, if you can remember that in the middle of something so traumatic that way, obviously, but that's what they say from what I've heard.
Yep. Well, I've had 2 minor events since getting this, and both times I knew it was happening, and my cell phone would go off right when it started happening. It was the monitoring service. And they will call me and they'll say, okay, lay down on the floor right now. And I'll lie down on the floor. They'll say, okay, get ready. You're going to feel a pinch. And I'm okay. And zap, and I'm back up.
Charles?
Wow.
I think we lost audio.
On what?
Still here, Ian.
Oh, there we go.
Cool.
And we've got a question that just came in on the line here. Someone has asked, they didn't say who, they didn't leave a name on it, but they want to know, do you find yourself eating less fast food now that you're reviewing it all the time?
I eat more because I have to. It's part of my job. So I mean, if you say, do I eat less on my spare time?
Well, outside of the reviews that you do.
Yeah. If I ate more, I'd be in trouble because I do reviews 3 times a week. So if I ate more, I'd be in real trouble. No, I just pretty much stick to the reviews. I mean, there's a couple things that I may go and get, like a Little Caesars pizza or something like that, just, you know, because I don't want to cook and Zoanna's out doing something. But other than that, I pretty much stick to just grabbing stuff around home. Not that stuff around home is any healthier. Grab macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, you're in the Rapid Max cooker.
That's right, Rapid Mac cooker. You betcha, baby.
And what about you? Are you eating more fast food or less fast food?
I would say definitely less, because for me, I'm kind of a health nut, and I used to be a much bigger kid when I was younger. I was literally like in the 240 plus range before my height shot up in high school. I'm almost 6'3" right now, so my height is pretty up there. So I kind of evened out, but I was a heavier kid, so I was more conscious of that type of thing when I was younger. But now that I'm older and I'm 42, it's more of a concern because natural metabolism slows a little bit, energy levels and some levels. I try and take the the additives and protein shakes and things to balance it. So the way that I justify it to my wife is, since I've been doing this naturally, is that this is my treat for the week when I do my reviews, because I love doing my reviews. I love putting them together and obviously having the food because it's fun stuff. How could it not be? It's loaded with sodium. It's cheesy. It's greasy sometimes, depending upon what it is. But I try and balance that with a semi-healthy fast food item, as opposed to 2 days in a row of something that I know I'm going to feel like terrible about, or my wife's going to give me a look like, I can't believe you ate that. I'm not going to watch that review. And to be honest with you, and I have this conversation daily with my wife, and my wife, for those of you guys who don't know, is Carol Juju. She's the one who's sometimes in my videos, once in a blue moon. She doesn't really watch a lot of my content because of the type of things that I review. She says, I can't really see you eating that. I don't like watching you eat that type of stuff. It's something with her. She supports it, but at the same time, it's for her end, it's seeing the creative end that I like to do with my content, and that's the stuff that I really enjoy. But naturally, for me, not so much. I mean, for me here on the West Coast, we have some pretty good alternatives, as most local neighborhoods probably do, like the charbroiled chicken and brown rice, and some Greek food, which can technically be pretty healthy as well, depending upon what you get. So for me, I like to balance a lot of charbroiled chicken, brown rice, and a lot of things to balance that, and then have the fun stuff. Like the days that I know that I'm doing my gym workouts are the days that you usually see the reviews that are a little bit crazier with the type of food that I get, like the Arby's review that I just put out. That was done on a gym day, and I knew that was going to be like, a lot for what it was, and it was. But it's all, like I say, it's the balance, and I try not to have too much fast food outside of what I do. It's not like I have to do quote unquote research to make sure this is going to be what it's going to be, on film. So I know I'm kind of like it. Something has to really be bad to not like it. So for those of you who are wondering, why do you always give everything an 8, a 9, or a 10 even being perfect? you know, these places really have to try to not have something good. It's got to be undercooked. It's got to be cold. It's got to be something like that. I mean, you guys, I'm sure Tony and John, you can attest to it.
I am totally intrigued, Ian. First of all, you're a health nut. Second of all, you were overweight. Why in the hell would you start a fast
What are you doing?
channel?
I'm going to tell you, and this is the secret. This is the main thing that got me into this. And the very first food review video, and I've shared this actually way back in the beginning. My niece Molly, who watched YouTube religiously for a long time when she was younger, sent me a video of Joey from Joey's World Tour doing a Nutella challenge. And Joey's, he does some crazy stuff in the early days of Joey's World Tour, which I mean, I love Joey. Joseph Hernandez, an amazing guy.
Shameless Joey in the beginning.
He's an amazing, amazing guy. So jovial, just an amazing guy. He sparked my interest by watching that. And in doing that, it transcended into seeing a lot of other content creators doing these types of things. And I was kind of thinking about at the time, is this something that I wanted to do based upon my educational background? Is this something that I want to kind of maybe apply some of those skills to? So after watching that crazy challenge of him trying to devour a whole thing of Nutella without using his hands.
Have you seen his raw chorizo challenge?
I've seen that as well. For those of you guys who want to see the humble beginnings of a truly, really fun food reviewer to watch on YouTube, check out the early videos of Joey's World Tour.
If the first video you saw was the chorizo video, I'm not too sure you would have been as motivated to make this channel.
No, that's why I said Nutella. Nutella was the thing, and I love Nutella.
Yeah, I'm glad it was the Nutella. That would have been
What I saw of him was eating like a ghost pepper or something like that, and he started choking and wheezing, and I started laughing so hard.
I love Joe so much.
He was making and stuff like that, and I'm going, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Well,
and then I discovered Joey. I didn't know who he was, and this was actually after I started my own food review channel. Yeah. And I'm going, this guy is hilarious. And then I said that whatever.
I was intrigued.
The rest is history.
I was intrigued as you. That's what started it for me. And then from there, it went on into seeing some of the other content creators. It was Ken Domick from KBD Productions that I started seeing for. And then, of course, the Dame Drops video. The mythical video. And I love Dame to pieces. I mean, those guys who I know some of them personally and I've done some collaborations with, they're just a real genuine group of people. And I've enjoyed my time working with them on occasion and interacting, but that's where it began. So just Tony, to come back to your point with the fast food and how could you do something like that? I started to see the creative end of it. And with me being broadcast journalism, my communication major is what I have my degree in. Worked in the technical field and wireless for almost 17 years. I was so much more intrigued with the process of video and content creation, aside from getting over my phobias of food when I was a kid and getting to know and accept myself for who I was. It was like a really kind of a rebirth and awakening. And when I finally did my channel launch, it was only at the 100th video that I decided to put something together to kind of show some people, to put it out there on a personal level on what it was that made me want to motivate to do something like this. So I scripted something together with some script writing stuff because I had some prior experience working on 24 in the past with Kiefer Sutherland and some things that I've done consulting wise with my previous work. And I put together something to kind of illustrate what the motivation was, how the name came about. And it just kind of began to snowball from there. And just the creation of meeting great people and you guys who I admire greatly. It's just been just a joy since the beginning. And I love it. I absolutely love it, just the way that you guys do.
Well, John, awesome. What about you?
Awesome. What about me and what? There are kind of two things.
Back to the question there. Do you eat more fast food now that you've started doing this or less?
So I ate a good amount of fast food before I started. So I kind of had a lot of experience before I got all of this started. But now that I am making videos about it, I almost feel a sense of wasting time if I'm eating out at a fast food place. Because I think to myself, oh, man, I wish I had my camera with me. I wish I had my microphone with me. And so now I really try to just blatantly, completely avoid all fast food things unless I have my camera with me. So because I don't really want to, number one, for the health reasons. And number two, I don't want to, number two, the money reasons as well. If I'm gonna buy something, you know what I mean? It's like, I got to at least make some content. However, that being said, there are definitely times when I do some late night Waffle House runs and Taco Bell runs and McDonald's runs as well. not thinking about the videos whatsoever. So
you are notorious on Periscope for that. You are notorious on Periscope for those late night.
Oh yes, a lot of late night everything, a lot of late night shenanigans on the old Periscope there.
Good stuff.
Okay, yeah. And Mr. Happy 121 has asked a question. He said, "Do you watch other food reviewers, or because you spend so much time making videos, do you stay away?"
I watch other ones. A few other ones. It's really weird. I almost feel conflicted sometimes watching other people, because I don't know if John or Ian has experienced this, but when I started mine, I've got this idea as a consumer. Feedback.
John, you're at
anyway.
Can you hear me? Am I good?
I always thought, okay, what would I want to hear about and want to know about if I were watching a food review? I'd want to know what it looks like, what it smells like, the nutritional information, which is for other people. I don't really care about it, but I know other people do. What it compares to, if I've eaten something like it before, or if I can compare it to something that somebody has already eaten prior, the price, of course, and then the rating, so I'm trying to get all the senses in here. But so I had all this preconceived stuff of what I wanted to put into my videos. And then there were some people who were comparing me, saying I ripped off Ken Domick. And at that point, I didn't even know who Ken Domick was. And then I started watching some of his videos, and I'm watching how similar we think. And then I was watching, started subscribing to other people, and it's really funny because it doesn't always have to be something that's just now come out, but it's like I'm thinking somebody has my place bugged, because all of a sudden they'll do the exact review on the exact same thing on the exact same day.
Yeah.
And I'm going, I remember you emailed me that.
Yeah. And I'm going,
about the
filmed 2 weeks ago, and they decided to release it an hour before I released mine.
Right.
And I'm watching all these people, and I'm thinking, and I'm trying to defend myself at first. I don't do it anymore, but I'm going, no, I don't copy anybody, but it just seems that we all think along the same lines, to the point where some of our videos just kind of, mesh into each other.
Yeah.
Charles, just to answer to that point, I got to say, Charles, also, and to Mr. Happy 012, a lot of us in the community do know each other. So there's a lot of communication sometimes that goes on in terms of what may be coming up and things that just may show up too there. But I do, just for me personally, and I know the other guys can probably attest to it, is that we do watch each other's content naturally. One thing that I find that's most difficult is that as you're creating your own content, you really want to dedicate time to watch the content of others, because you want to be supportive. And I'm fans, of John's stuff. Bite and Chew is hilarious. I mean, just the way that John does his thing is a great thing to watch. And Tony also, I mean, you guys are like, old pros, the way it looks, the way that you guys make it look so easy for that. So it's a matter of designating time aside to actually watch the content. You want to comment occasionally. All the stuff that we ask of our viewers to like, share, comment, and subscribe is stuff that we want to show that as well. And at the very least, give a thumbs up, because we know that going through the process of creating a video it takes time. Depending upon what you do with it, it's not like you can bang it out in like an hour or two. Some can, but depending upon your work ethic and the type of product that you want to display, everything that Tony mentioned, what he wants to get into a video, is exactly the way that I've always tried to do my content as well. I started off with nutritional content because, again, that was some of my health stuff in the beginning. I would have a ticker running at the bottom of my videos telling you how much fat, how much saturated, how many calories. Then I realized, you adjust it as you go. And as more and more people, you begin to fine tune your videos, you get it under 4 or 5 minutes, because you can lose people after about 3 or 4 minutes. You want to make sure you have something that's concise, it's quick, it's digestible. Have that information in the description box, which is what I do now. So it's watching other content. You learn from other people, and naturally we pick up cues from each other as well. But to answer the point there, I mean, we do watch other people's content naturally there. And because we all kind of know each other, it's one big happy community. It's not like somebody is like, oh my God, I don't want to talk to that person for any particular reason. At least I've never felt that personally. And some of the people,
I've felt that way about one of the food reviewers.
Of course, John. Of course you have.
Just kidding.
I don't think Tony will take it offensively. I don't think he'll take it offensively. But yeah, we do. Like naturally, we're viewers too. We love to consume content. Just like anything else. I love doing what I do. I know John and Tony, you guys love what you do, and it shows. The passion that you see in every review consistently, day after week after month, whatever it may be. That's the deciding thing to know. I think those who are really, really passionate about creating what they want to do, and they begin to hone their skill, and you see that level of quality. I mean, you look at the very beginning videos that all of us have done to what we do now.
God, it's embarrassing. That was my first video sometimes, and I literally am just like, what the was I?
Oh yeah.
How did I actually think that was okay to put online? People can see this.
I'm sure even Ken Domick and Dame Drops and all the awesome ones, Happy Man Snacks, even Mr. Happy 0-2-1, all of the original stuff that they may have done in the beginning, it's cringeworthy. For me, it's cringeworthy. If I put
mine
on my big screen,
I can't even watch it.
I would put it up on my big screen
I
and
need to
cry.
delete it right now, actually.
I would cry. Oh, it's too much.
Well, I guess Skunky and I are the odd ones out because we started out watching the other cocktail videos that other people were doing before we started doing ours. Once we got started, though, we got to the point where we couldn't really watch the others because I'm not saying that they're wrong with what they do, but they have different techniques about making a cocktail. And I'm a classic type person. I like a good classic cocktail.
Yeah.
And I think I'm one of the few of them, along with Skunky, of course. She's my co-host, and she helps me out with the cocktails. But I just can't watch other people who do things like leave a bottle stuck down in the cocktail glass.
Mm. Yeah.
Here, I have a great analogy about us watching each other's content. All right, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
You guys ready for this?
Go.
Took me like 2 minutes thinking this. All right,
Do it.
All right, so we are an NFL football team. Okay, all the foodie fam. All right, all the food reviewers. We're an NFL football team. All right. So we got the $100 million guys, the $1 million contract guys, the Mario Williams, the JJ Watts. That's the Dame Drops. All right. Okay. We got the Ken Domicks. They're the $80 million quarterbacks. All right. So all of us, we're on the same team. Some of us have different skill sets. We play different positions. We have different styles. We do different stuff. But at the end of the day, we all have the same goal, and we're all supporting each other, encouraging each other. Whether we're playing on offense, whether we're playing on defense, special teams, we're all going towards the same goal. So it just helps out everybody to just support one another.
Inform and entertain.
The good one. I like that.
Very
Especially like that video that Matt Zion put out. Just highlighting all of us.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. I did not expect that at all. That was really cool.
My wife goes, "You're first." I didn't even expect to be in there.
Yeah, that was amazing. It was really was.
Spazmaster Flash has sent in a request. He wants to know, John, how's the new job?
Oh God. Well,
I think that says it all.
Where do I start? So, graduated from VCU with a strategic advertising degree in May. So what is it? December now? So like little while ago. Been on the old job hunt there, trying to find something in advertising with my degree, of course. So I applied for this job, and they responded the same day. So that's all right, it's kind of weird, great, that's cool.
That's pretty.
And then they text me, and then they email me. So they contacted me 3 different ways in one day. So that was an immediate 3 red flags. Like,
oh yeah,
either this job is a complete scam, or they just lost their entire staff to like an earthquake or something, and they're really trying to rebuild real quick. So I responded, and I went to a first round interview, which was about 15 minutes. And he basically said, yeah, we're a marketing agency. We work with a Fortune 500 company. We do face-to-face marketing. At the end of the day, face-to-face marketing is a lot better than traditional advertising. Would you agree? And I'm sitting there like, I'm an advertising major. I completely disagree with you. But yeah, cool. All right, face-to-face is cool. Yeah, that's fine. So the next interview is an hour. And basically the job is business-to-business sales.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. So I have to get up at 6 a.m. every single morning. Yeah. Drive about 40 or so minutes to work. I get there. We get to the office, hang out, do some little powwow, little motivational sales, blah, 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 like just all this stuff. And then we hit the field, and the field is code for you walking around on the sidewalk, going to businesses and, selling them services. So basically how it works is the day consists of speaking with approximately 50 owners and managers of local businesses.
Every day.
Every single day. Wow. For 12 hours a day. So the other day it was raining. I was walking around in the rain for all day, actually, without an umbrella because I'm an idiot and I didn't realize I'd be outside all day. So I did that. And so out of those 50 business owners, 10 of them right off the bat will pretty much say, so we can or cannot swear on this right now.
I have nothing wrong with it.
Beautiful. So out of those 50, 10 of them will tell you to get the fuck out without even hearing a word that you say. And that's like, oh, great. All right. Thank you very much for speaking with me, sir. You have a fantastic afternoon. See you never again. So then you have people who will talk to you, and then they'll just say, no, thank you, or whatever. Then there's people who will talk to you, and then they'll be like, yeah, I'm really interested. And then you'll do like a credit check because it's, like it's basically for, it's T-Mobile, but it's like business contracts for people who, like companies who provide phones to their employees, like 30-line deals and 25-line deals. And so you'll run a credit check on them, and they are like $97,000 in debt to the IRS or something. And you're like, well, okay, so I can't really give you anything because you owe a lot of money and you have really bad credit. So then there's that. And then like out of those 50
about it, right? They know nothing about it. They think
I'm so surprised. What? I owe money? I have bad credit? I thought I was like a millionaire or something.
Oh,
so they do that. And then you'll get a few sales a day, like maybe 2 to 3 a day, and you can make anywhere from $100 to like $200 per sale. So it's like you can walk out of there with $400 in a day, but it's like at what cost?
Yeah.
You wake up at 6 a.m, you're walking in the rain. It obviously doesn't have to rain every day, but you're walking around, you're getting borderline humiliated because people think, oh, another stupid salesman, get out of it. And they're just mean. It's like, dude, just say no thank you or something. Like they're just really mean, some of them.
Human, just
which is
human.
understandable. No one wants to be annoyed by a salesman though, so it's kind of understandable. So I don't know. We'll see how long this lasts.
God, I pity you, man. As soon as I heard you had to take a job, it's just like, I mean, you described the exact crap that keeps me going with what I'm doing here. I haven't worked outside the home for 6 years.
Yeah.
And it's because people are treated like commodities. They're treated like numbers. They're disrespected. There's all kinds of office politics. All these things stick in my mind, and this is what continues to drive me to do whatever I need to do.
This job is the most motivating thing that has ever happened.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody has their idea of success, a lot of money and a lot of cars and all this other stuff. My idea of success I reached when I didn't have to answer to anyone ever again.
Yeah.
I had reached my plateau. It was like, oh, no more. And that's what drives me every day. The same kind of crap that you go through in my head is what drives me to go, like there are some days, I mean, that's one thing that you really got to focus on when you work from home is you got to manage your time. Because when you go into a job, you go in at 8 a.m., you get out at 5 p.m. So you close those office doors. But the thing is, like Ian was saying, when you have a passion for what you're doing, it becomes so much fun that the lines between work and fun start to blur. And it's really difficult sometimes to close that virtual door of your office because you're having a blast.
Yeah.
So you just keep on going. And even though in our sphere, as far as I go, making the videos, editing the videos is small compared to the marketing it takes to get that information out there, to get more viewers aware that you're even out there.
Exactly.
YouTube is just a small place compared to, then you go to Twitter and you go to Facebook and you go to Instagram and you go to, out here to Blab, and you're going, I need to find 50 million ways to repurpose this single piece of content. Because if I can do that, I can get it out in front of all these different new audiences.
Yeah.
I mean, when I heard about your job, I'm going, oh, John, I'm so sad.
Seriously, like, it's so horrible. Like, I could sit here and just talk about it for 2 hours straight, and I've only been there like 6 days now.
Now, I heard that you said you totaled your car. What happened?
You totaled your car?
Yeah, here. Yeah, let's share this.
Or somebody totaled your car? Oh, you got a picture?
Yeah, it's not my fault, but we'll see.
Well, the important thing is you're okay.
Yeah, I'm physically fine. Yeah, the other driver is perfectly fine. That's the good thing.
We can't see you like from the neck down practically. So as long as you're okay otherwise.
Good.
Good.
All right, so here's my car. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
wow.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's not fun.
And here's that. That's from the side. You can't really see much better than that, but yeah, it's pretty destroyed. It's undrivable. The total bumper's destroyed, quarter panel headlight, all that stuff. So basically what happened, there's 2 lanes, 2-lane road, one way, going that way. All right. So right around here is a possibility to make a left-hand turn. Okay. So generally what people like to do in this country is usually they try to get over to the left lane if you want to make a left turn, right? Usually the course of action. So I'm here, and he's here, and we're driving along, and he decides to go from the right lane across my lane to make his left turn, and just didn't see me there, just doing the thing, minding my business. So I smash into the side corner of it, like he's just going. I just boom, like I tried to stop, like there was no way that I was stopping there. So he gets out of the car. He like drives like up a little bit. I open my door and he's like, "Why'd you hit me?" And I'm like, I got so
seriously.
Yeah, I got so mad. Like I can see how people have road rage now. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You just cut right in front of me." So we argued for probably like 20 seconds until I realized this is absolutely pointless. Is one of us just going to be like, "You know what? You're right. Here's my information." No one, you know what I mean? So I was like, this is pointless. So I called the non-emergency number to get the police involved, because obviously you need a police report at that point. You know what I mean? If there's like one person saying one thing, the other person saying the other thing. Cop gets there. She's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Doing all right considering." Obviously, look at my car. It's in the middle of the road, like flashers are on and stuff. So she's like, "What happened?" I explain exactly what happened. She walks over to the other guy and gets his side of the story, walks back. And so about 20 minutes elapse, and I kind of just walk up to her and I'm like, you're probably not even going to be able to answer this, but I'm just curious, because he was trying to say that it was not his fault. What did he say to you? Did he say that it was his fault? And she was like, what he told me was that he was straddling both lanes trying to make a left turn. And I say, "Oh, good. So he admitted that it was his fault. That's good that he owned up to it." And she was like, "Oh, he didn't say it was his fault. He just said he was in both lanes." And I was like, "Wait a minute." So like,
isn't that an admission of guilt?
I was like, usually people, it's like kind of one vehicle per lane, right? Like you don't just get 2 lanes for one car. And she starts laughing and she's like, "That's usually how it goes." I'm like, "Okay, great." So she's like, "I'll be at court with you, and I have the police report. I have that he said that to me." I was like, "Okay." Wow. So I have court exactly 30 days from today, and I will be there. The lovely fellow who hit me, or I hit him, will be there, and then the cop will be there, and so we'll get everything sorted out.
It wasn't my fault, but I was in both lanes. It's just like, wait, what?
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I was straddling both lanes going to the left," and I'm like, "So
you've had like an eventful couple of weeks, a very, very eventful couple of weeks."
Oh, I know it's gonna be tough. Hopefully, there won't be much money out of my pocket to pay for this. Obviously, I don't have a vehicle to do anything.
Not your fault.
I can't walk through the drive-throughs, so gotta do something.
Oh, I would at least try. That would be a review to even attempt, just to pull up there because they can't technically serve.
Hey, I'm really sorry. Normally I have a car, but is there any way I can get the new Hardee's burger, please?
Maybe
they would just
something.
Okay, next question's up. The RBT79 wants to know, how much money do you guys make doing this? Now, you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Not much.
I guess I'll start since I just started talking. So, you know what? It took me about, I would say, a little over a year and a quarter to actually get something as a check.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say specifically what because it's okay for what it is. But since that time, the time has gotten a lot shorter because subscriber bases go up and your content, you're getting more and more content, more and more people are viewing your stuff. I just crossed 4,400 people, I guess a couple of days ago now, 4,400 subscribers. So it's gone from the year and like a quarter to like 4 months later, another one, and then 3.5 months later. It's slowly inching towards almost every month.
The snowball.
Snowball, yeah, I'd say snowballing in. I would say hopefully like in another month or two, it'll be kind of like a little bit more consistent that way. But in terms of how much it is, I mean, everyone has their idea of like how to measure this stuff and what equals, how much is it. There's really, that's kind of like the holy grail that Google just does not put out there. You really don't know. Everyone has, is it a penny per view? Is it half a penny? Is it based upon how many views on one particular day and the time of the year? If you cross your legs one way, maybe it's something else. Nobody knows. But it's nothing unless you get into like maybe the 100,000 plus view range. Is I think that it becomes more substantial to be something where you don't have to worry about anything at that point. That's just my opinion. I don't really know, but if you really figure based upon subscriber base and compare it to the amount of content that you put out on a weekly basis and the following that you have, it took me a little over a year of just consistent effort every single week of at least 2 videos. And again, just like Tony was saying with the social media advertising and the ways that you can kind of get yourself and your name out there and maybe collabing with some people and opening yourself up to different audiences. That's probably the biggest thing. So I'm sure John's going to have some stuff on the collabs because that's a very important aspect of what we do also. So,
but I'll talk about the money for a sec. So there's a million different ways to make an income from YouTube. It's not just the advertisements. There's fan funding now. There's Patreon donations. There's Spreadshirt, and you can sell merchandise, and you can get like what do you call it? It's not referral marketing, affiliate marketing. You can get like links with Amazon, and you put a link in your video, and you can make money from that. So it's like really, there's so many different ways. It's so hard to tell what someone's making. But so me personally, I'll give some concrete numbers here. So I get like, let's see, it's about, for me, I don't know about you guys, it's about like $1.50 to $3 per 1,000 views for me. Is that about the same for you guys?
I don't know.
I'd have to take a look and see.
Okay.
If you have like 1 million views, it's like $1,000 from what I've heard. If you have 1 million view video, that's about $1,000 net.
Yeah, that's about $1, 1,000 to millions, $1,000, $1,000. Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Do you guys check out your analytics tabs a lot?
Yeah.
You guys click on that a lot?
Yeah.
Skunky may get mad at me for saying this, but we don't make as much off YouTube as we do off of iFood.
Really? Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've started actually making a little bit of money from my website, biteandchewfoodreviews.com. And so I've been trying to like incorporate written articles as much because people use Google like more, if not, a little bit more than YouTube itself. So Google, if you Google something, you'll get a Google result and possibly a YouTube result. But if you YouTube something, you'll never get a Google result. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a way to kind of hit both angles at the same time. You know what I mean? And the banner ads on the side actually pay significantly more than TrueView in-stream videos on YouTube. And this is a side rant. I'm sorry. All right, guys, for anyone who's out there listening, stop sharing crappy BuzzFeed articles and all these dumb clickbait articles because all you're doing is making the idiot who wrote that article like so many thousands of dollars every day. Like, which Disney princess do you look like? What celebrity lookalike are you? And you fill out this stupid little quiz, and the person probably spent 15 minutes making it, and you're making them like 15 grand in a day, and everyone's like, "Ooh, I look like Elsa. Ooh, I look like Harry Potter." And it's like, oh God. In the BuzzFeed articles, don't even get me started. You know what BuzzFeed does? They go to reddit.com and they click on the top posts or the front page, and then they take that link and then they write an article about it, and then they make some clickbaity picture and some clickbaity title, and then they post it up on their Facebook page or on their YouTube or something like that. And it's not even original content. But I'm getting
that stuff still works.
Yeah. I know, it's just a pet peeve of mine, because it's like, dude, you're not even creating content. You're just like, it's frustrating.
Well, you're right about the side banner. You're right about the side banner ads too. There, my wife actually just launched a website, theblushingdetails.com. Since we got married earlier this year, she's very much into like event planning and weddings and beautiful stuff like that as well. And the platform that she uses for that is something that I'm actually in the process of creating my own branded version of it as well, because typically we all have something on Facebook whatever it is in this case, it's facebook.com/peepthisout or facebook.com/bite-and-chew-food reviews or whatever it may be, because that's where it begins. But naturally, as John is saying, by having your own avenue and your own website, and Tony also as well, just, you need to have, something there as a point of presence, because people see your content, they see what you're about. Maybe they want to learn a little bit more about you or know a little bit more about, what it is that you do. Dame Drops has that. A lot of the main, foodies out there have something like that. But that's the big thing, is having a point of presence in that avenue. And then, of course, the banner ads. And I'm learning more about this stuff as well. I haven't been in school in a while since I finished, so I know a lot of the new age version of social media, the way that it's taken over and the way things are going. That's one thing that, John, you have, that instant, because that's part of the curriculum that you graduated with. So naturally,
the advertising degree has helped me out.
Yeah.
Tremendously.
Huge.
Like when I first started out, like I was crunching so many numbers and tracking so many stats and like gauging all this data and stuff just to try to like figure out what I'm doing right and wrong, and then like do that. So it's like I went from 0 subscribers to like I was growing really, really, really quickly in the beginning, just because I was marketing and advertising like so hardcore for my channel in the beginning. And I would like track it. At one point I was getting like 26 subscribers a day, which is like a lot for a channel under a year. Since it slowed down, because I kind of, reeled it in a little bit, because I want more organic growth rather than like forced growth. You know what I mean? But like, advertising helps so much with everything. It really does. Because what Tony said, it doesn't matter if you have the best product in the world, if no one knows about it, if you're not, pushing it on all those avenues, it doesn't matter, because no one sees it. Like you've got the best video ever. Like if Dame Drops, for example, uploaded it, like just started a new channel, uploaded a video. Yeah, he's great. He has phenomenal personality. He's very skillful. He edits well. He does the sound effects. He has all the bases covered. But if he started a new channel and called it like, Jacob Food Channel, and then uploaded the exact video he did, he'd get like 12 views. You know what I mean?
Right.
Really, really important.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I do think it's very important to diversify, though, not stick with one platform. So to answer the RBT, he said the reason he was asking that is because he and his girlfriend are thinking about starting to do it. I would not suggest that anyone start it as a full-time job to make money.
Oh, God, no.
No.
Okay, don't try relying on it as extra income at all. Just do it out of the love of doing it.
That's it. Don't do anything. Don't chase the money. The money is going to come. Chase your passion, because that's what attracts people to you. When you're having fun, they start having fun. And then you start figuring out how to diversify everything. And everybody starts wanting to know more about you, wanting to watch you more, wanting to see, your personal life and stuff like that, the person behind the camera. But I mean, if you chase your passion first, the money will come. If you chase the money, I mean, if you do your Google research and everything and notice that what ads are getting clicked on the most, well, lawyers and medical doctors and stuff like that. Okay, well, I found out that this one thing makes tremendous money, so I'm going to start centering on writing about hemorrhoids on my blog. If you don't enjoy hemorrhoids, You're going to burn out.
Enjoy
I
hemorrhoids.
don't know anybody who enjoys hemorrhoids
I
personally.
love hemorrhoids.
So, you know what I'm saying? You're going to burn out on chasing the money because you don't enjoy what you're doing. It's just for the money, and it's not going to last. But if you enjoy what you're doing, if you chase your passion, the money will be there eventually because you're going to continue on whether you hit a plateau or not. You just got to get over it and keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
Just diversify, like I said, take one thing that you've done, that you've created yourself, and repurpose it. Figure out, how can I repurpose this one piece of content 50 million ways? I wrote a blog article. I can make a video about it. I can write an ebook about it. I can write a white paper about it. I can market it on Amazon. I can go ahead and have guests come in and do a blab about it. And market yourself 50 million different ways using this single piece of content. And you're just going to keep on having stuff come over and over and over again. And you're just going to have a blast, and that money will come. Don't ever chase the money first.
Right. And as Skunky has pointed out in the chat here, and this is a little bit of a pet peeve of ours, I think we just lost Ian.
Ian, come back.
Oh, no. Open seat.
We'll wait for Ian to come back in. But while he's gone, we'll go ahead and talk about this. As Skunky has pointed out, I don't turn down interview opportunities or charge for them.
No.
Where we do our podcast each Sunday night and we have a guest on each week.
Charles, we're not getting paid for this?
No. Blame Tony.
I'm out. Bye.
But seriously, we interview a different person or group each week on our regular show. And a lot of them are very grateful for the exposure because we have a lot of people from the 80s and 90s that were popular then on, as well as a bunch of people who say, oh, well, I'm not popular, I'm not famous, why are you having me on? Because you're interesting. But then there's some, and I'm not going to name names here, but I will say they are food reviewers. And they said, sure, you can interview us for $250.
You are lying.
No.
Seriously?
Seriously.
People do what we do.
What?
Yes.
Holy moly, Gargonzoli.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They actually charge $250 for a 30-minute interview.
Sips my tea.
That's goofy.
Like I said, I'm not naming names here. I'll let you guys know in email later, though.
Oh, I'm excited. I will. Ian, go
ahead and try joining again. We've got your seat open for you.
Tom Coot. I charge by the second.
Tom always charges. That's the way he is.
Oh, there we go.
There
you are.
Oh, I'm not sure what happened
But-
there. It's weird.
Just to catch Ian up, Skunky and I do an interview each week on our shows, which you guys are all invited to come on the show anytime.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
there's certain other food reviewer team. They're a team. I'll give that much away. They said they would charge us $250 for a 30-minute interview.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah.
Oh. That is just that.
Hi, Mrs. Tony.
Oh, yeah. In the background.
Don't tell you.
You tried to sneak by. I saw you.
Wow. Well, that's that brings up a whole bunch of emotions that and honestly that's just that's kind of I don't want to say borderline blasphemous because honestly it's like Tony was saying with the passion of what you do. Personally for me, and again I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but being able to do what we do the way that we do it, I would look at that as an opportunity to just interact with another human being and have a good time and not feel like I'm taking something away from them or for them to be.
Not everything is a business transaction.
Be graced by my presence,
But see, once again, what they're doing, Charles, is they're chasing the money instead of letting the money result from their passion.
Organically.
That's what we're doing here. If we get new subscribers, if we get other people, I mean, now I get people contacting me saying, will you review my product and stuff like that? And depending on whether it's got to be nerdy. It's got to be nerdy. If it's not, I'm not going to do your product. I'm not going to do slippers or something like that. But, if it interests me, I'll do it. But, once again, that just proves to me that their marketing sucks. because they're chasing the money first. And that's not the way it is, because they said, we won't do it unless you pay us this amount. They're not on the show and we are.
Yeah,
guys, this is a privilege to be able to interact and have 1 million views of people just to say hello to people, to be human, and to be on that level there. So I mean, just when I hear stuff like that, honestly, that's pretty disgusting. I got to be honest. That's
and I mean,
not good.
Our show, nothing to say. It's not that big of a show, but then again, we don't do it like most other podcasts anyway. Tony can tell you, he's been on there twice.
Yep.
We just sit around like we're doing here and just bullshit for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's
the shiznit.
Yeah.
And they wanted $250 for half an hour of that.
That's goofy.
Well, good luck with that. Good luck
out there.
Yeah, good luck with that. Some people, you can't. It's people. It's human nature for some. Not everyone's going to think the way that you do. But honestly, I think that's in the minority view of,
Definitely a minority view. That's for sure.
Way
the majority of us are not like that.
Yeah, no. You'll get none of that love over here. I'm sorry. I love you guys, and I will do this for free every single day you want me to do it. I'd be happy to do it.
Same.
As Scott just pointed out in the chat there, we actually had Slim Goodbody on the show, and he didn't charge us, and he's a lot bigger than them.
Wow.
Slim Goodbody.
You don't remember him. You're too young.
I'm educating myself as I speak. Fictional character created by John Bernstein. Bernstein created the character in 1970.
He's still doing it too.
Show was it a unitard? That's what he wore.
Pull up a picture of him and you'll know exactly who he was. You'll remember him then.
He kind of looks like Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh, that's another one we're not having Bill Nye on the show. We did have Beekman on the show though.
Have Beaker on the show from the Muppet Show.
Because the old Beaker from the old Muppet Show, I'd gladly do it. I do not care for the new Muppet Show.
I would pay to see Beaker. I would pay to see Beaker. That wouldn't be bad.
Right now, though, let me pull up our schedule here real quick.
Happy Man Snacks asked a while ago, maybe we should address this. What's the worst thing that's happened to you while doing a review?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, if anyone is an avid viewer on my channel, they would know the answer to this question. I made quite a big deal about it. I pouted like a little girl. I bit into a sharp chicken bone.
I knew it.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken sandwich at McDonald's when I was reviewing the buttermilk chicken sandwich.
The buttermilk crispy chicken sandwich.
Yeah, and I brought it back to the manager. And now I'm not one to complain. If I'm in a restaurant, I was a server for 8 years. I never complain. It's like I understand they didn't cook the food. You know what I mean? And that's fine. Like I'm never one to complain about that. But the way that this guy handled it was just abysmal. Like I brought in the bone, and he's like, "Oh man, you want another one?" I'm like, "No, thank you." Okay. All right. Well, all right. So
bone back here.
He gave me it was like $2 and like 40 cents, or I don't know what, $3 or I don't know, maybe $4. He's like, "All right, sorry about that. All right, have a nice day."
No.
Dude,
I
could have cooked a hole in my esophagus with this bone.
Okay. 2 things about that, John. I have heard that from 3 or 4 other people that they found bones in theirs when McDonald's had those.
Wow.
At
least it's real chicken, right? It's real chicken, I suppose.
The buttermilk one.
Yeah, at least that proves that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It is definitely real chicken. That is definitely a positive to take out of this. That's true.
And Skunky says, was that an extra crispy review?
It was the buttermilk. Oh, are you making sure? Okay. It was extra. Yeah, it was definitely extra crispy. That's true. I got you.
No, I've never been to a Turkish prison.
Midnight Express? What?
That's Tom Cody.
Midnight Express.
He's a hilarious guy. Love him. He's been on the show before too.
I agree.
It's not.
Yeah, Tom Code. He's a great guy.
His videos are freaking hilarious.
They are.
I hope to be doing a collab with him soon. He told me to contact him in the beginning of the week, which is now, if you can hear me, Mr. Tom. Are you ready or what? I think we're doing the knockout tacos.
Nice. Qdoba. Nice. Yeah, Qdoba.
Where are those?
Qdoba.
Yeah, they're from Qdoba. They got like 6 new tacos. They're all.
We don't have that around here.
One of them's called it's tequila chicken, and then they have one where it's called the double decker, and it's kind of like a cheesy gordita crunch. So it's like a hard shell with cheese sauce and a soft shell. They have one with steak and bacon. all different kinds of stuff, and you get 3 of them, I believe, $6.99. So not a bad deal for Qdoba. I mean, Qdoba's pretty good quality.
That's a great deal for that. The first review I saw that actually was Happy Man Snacks, who did it recently. And if Happy's watching right now, yeah, I see he's over here. It was straight out, and to quote my boy Happy Man Snacks, it was banging. It was ridiculous. I mean, the presentation looked amazing, the quality looked good, and Qdoba is pretty much on point. They're like high end Chipotle, like neck and neck between maybe Moe's on the East Coast as well. Just really, really good quality stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
What did he say, John? Are you giving away trade secrets? Look for 12 of those reviews to be out tomorrow. Oh, I got you.
Yep.
No. Rewind it quick.
One big happy family. One big happy family.
Exactly. I know.
Oh yeah. One big happy family that stabs each other in the back.
I mean, at the end of the day, we really can't hurt each other. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the only
it's
way.
Really a hurt thing, but Skunky and I have noticed this a lot. We'll come out with a decent video, and once we only do cocktail videos, we don't do food, we don't do reviews, we just come out with cocktails. We'll come out with a cocktail video, and within 3 days, there's like 40 or 50 more of that cocktail out by other people.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't that boost up your SEO though? If you were the first and you have the most,
right?
Unless it's like huge channels though.
Yeah, they are. Not to name names here, but there's one that just hit 1 million recently, which is nowhere near what we're at. And every cocktail we come out with, within a couple of days, he's got one out.
Yeah, that's frustrating then because they can just flood you out.
The exact same cocktail.
Charles, you know what it is though, and just to Tony's point, in terms of talking about it, it doesn't matter what you review. It's the personality, it's the people tuning in to see you. If I want to see, naturally, Charles, I'm going to be searching out your content, definitely.
Yeah, I'm curious to see these cocktail videos. Where can I find it?
We're on YouTube at Nothing to Say Show. I think Skunky's got the link, don't you, dear?
Yeah.
She'll post it here in a second. But yeah,
it could be anything. It could be anything.
Strangely enough, though, our most popular cocktail video, and this is on iFood, it pretty much lives on their main page. But the one that lives on their main page is our how to make simple syrup.
Wow.
That's one thing that I found is how-to videos generate a lot of traffic. Because people, I mean, what do you do when you don't know something?
How to?
Exactly.
You Google it.
That's one reason I started
water and sugar, and you heat it up. That's
solutions. Is because how-to videos are great, especially if you teach somebody to do something that they already have the ingredients for.
Right.
They don't have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. And I'm surprised. I haven't spent enough time doing that channel. I release maybe a video a month at the most.
Wait, what channel do you have? You have a how-to channel?
I have an easy everyday solutions.
Okay. Want to hear something really funny? I have a how-to channel with like 600 videos on it. And
really?
Like 1 million views and like thousands of subscribers, but I don't show my face. So you'd never know it was me.
Oh, so it's just your hands?
Just my hands and my voice. And so one person was like, wait a minute, you're that guy from the food channel. I recognize your, and I'm like, shh. And I haven't told anybody what the channel is. But so that channel gets like 3,000 or 4,000 views a day. Just from
Good for you.
how to do stuff. And it's ridiculous. Like I'll make a video. I shit you not. I made a video how to fluff a pillow. And it was 60 seconds of me. And I hold a pillow torso level. And I'm like, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to show you how to fluff a pillow. First thing you're going to want to do is grip the pillow from either side with both hands and press gently towards the center in a fluffing motion. It has like 14,000 views. It's like
awesome.
I've seen that video.
You know what it is? It's the curiosity of like, are you serious right now? I have to see what this is. That's all.
Ridiculous. And so what I do is I have this great system to like just churn out videos. All right. So I have this little ring around my phone right here. See the little ring? So I have a lens somewhere around here, a wide angle lens, if I can find it. But anyways, it magnetizes itself right here, like right to there. So it's a big fisheye. And then I plug in an adapter to the front, and then that splits the audio, or excuse me, the headphone jack in the microphone jack. I plug in my lavalier mic to my phone, clip it on, put my phone on a tripod, and when I press record, I have high quality video from the lens. I have wide angle. I have great audio because it's a lav mic, and then I just upload it straight from my phone to YouTube, and then I click the microphone icon, click that, and I do the tags. So they're like, how to fluff a pillow, comma, fluffing pillow, comma, fluffing pillow tutorial, comma, how to fluff a pillow, how to, comma. And then I just like throw it up there. And there's been days where I've made 35 videos on that channel in one day.
Holy moly.
Videos are the way to go. That's why I've started doing cooking videos on my channel. And I just do the title, how to.
Mm-hmm. It works. One of my most successful videos on my Easy Everyday Solutions is how to charge your cell phone faster. You know, put it in airplane mode.
If I show you guys the link to my video, then you'll know my channel.
I'm going to look for it.
But I have a video that's like a scam video.
I am a Google god. I will find it.
I will literally like send you $5 on Google donation on your channel if you can find my channel and comment on it.
Okay. Tony, find it and send us the link.
No,
okay. I'll have it in 10 minutes.
But speaking of your cooking videos, John, Skunky keeps poking at me about this one. You did one recently with a steak.
Yeah, so
it was the most beautiful steak I've seen yet.
Was it? I think it's literally called How to Make Steak, if I'm not mistaken. And
Skunky, was it that or was it the roast beef?
Roast beef.
I have two with beef. I have a roast beef sandwich which I made from scratch. Like I roasted the beef literally, and then the other one was a ribeye steak. So you're talking about the sliced beef where it was like the money shot slicing the beef and all the juices and stuff.
Skunky says the one that goes in the water bath.
The water bath. Yes, that's the roast beef. That's the roast beef sandwich. Yeah, that was so delicious. And you know, I used I'm pretty sure it was like a flank steak or like chuck rounder. It was like the cheapest steak ever.
Mm-hmm.
Just cooking it that way, like it turned it into, you know, something fantastic. It's really awesome.
It looked.
The other ones people use like sirloin and ribeye round, and I'm like, dude, that's like $30 for that.
Yeah.
Mine was like $5.29 for like this big thing, and it made me like 20 sandwiches, and they were incredible. It's like, dude, I'm cheap when it comes to stuff like that, but it works out pretty well.
That's restaurant quality. It was a beautiful presentation. I mean, everything was shot. Musical interlude. You know, it's just this from the aesthetic point of view. It was done very well. Done very, very well.
I appreciate it. I'm trying to do a lot more of those and trying to incorporate that to not only because I love doing it, I love to cook. Like there will be times when I'm not even hungry. I'll just cook because I'm bored, just because I enjoy the creation of the food, and then I'll just like put it in the fridge for later. And I don't even.
You've got that huge tripod thing like in your kitchen, right? It's like the lighting mount that you have on there.
Oh, dude, here. This right now.
Whee!
There it is.
Wow. Yeah.
Good Lord, that's like a construction site. A
construction work light. It's $30 with the stand.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, you probably know it from like movie stuff. Like they probably use to like light up stuff, maybe, or no?
We're getting one of those. We're getting one of those.
Right.
And it's surprising how good the result is.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it's the stand, it's everything. It's all made out of steel. The lights are like, I'm blind right now. I just accidentally glanced at it. It's so bright. It's like $30. It's unbelievable.
But you're just well lit. You're evenly lit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it. I love that light.
The way to do it. It's the way to do it.
Yeah, that definitely works.
And then I have this light too on top of here.
Yeah, I've got
I've got two of those myself. I haven't used them yet because it's funny. I started seeing you do some nighttime videos.
Yeah.
And even though I still haven't done any, I was thinking about that before you had started your nighttime videos, which goes back to another is bugged. Because I'm going, you know, there's a lot of times, especially in the winter, when you've got shorter days and you've got very little time of light. So you're going, okay, well, what can I do? So either I've got to bring it home and do it here, or I've got to find a way. So I bought two of those lights off Amazon, those two lights that light that you have.
I've seen a few of your nighttime videos. They really come out very well. I think it adds like a unique flair to the video. It kind of changes things up. Even though you're essentially doing the same thing, you're eating in a car and reviewing it. It just kind of adds a different sort of ambiance to the video. Yeah. It's really, really cool. I like doing that.
You have like the neon lighting in the background if you're at like a fast food place, because occasionally I do night shooting as well once in a while, and I love the look of the spotlight kind of illuminating your face and your shirt, and the food looks amazing, obviously too, because the colors.
Exactly.
You have the neon lighting of the restaurant, and it's a blast to do. Night shoots are good. Plus, honestly, who likes to sweat in the car during the day when they're doing some of these reviews? Because you want to keep windows up, sound. It's always a concern. But when you're doing it at night, like at 1 a.m, I did a Taco Bell Boss Wraps as like a last minute thing at 2 a.m, and that was probably one of the best reviews. I had so much fun putting that together. There was no cars around, and it was cool.
That's awesome. I have a question for you guys, for you two.
Okay.
All right. So when I first started, I don't know if you guys are the same. Maybe people are more comfortable with different things. But when I started, did you notice a lot of my videos were in my driveway?
No.
When I first started, if you go back to a bunch of my early videos, a lot of my videos were in my driveway, because what would happen is I would park in the parking lot. I'd be doing the video. I'd be talking to myself in my car as I normally do, talking to the camera, and someone would like pull up next to me, and they would be like say it's like this. What is going on, guys? John here for it.
Yep.
And then I would just be like, dude, they're like staring at me, talking to myself, like, and I would get all weirded out, and I would just drive away, and then I would like go do it somewhere else. But it's like now I'm just so comfortable with it that I literally could care less if someone was knocking on the side of my window, broadcasting it on TV or something. Like, I'm just like, how you doing there, fella? And then you just keep like, it's like, so my comfort level, it took me a little bit of time to get comfortable, not only being on camera, that's a whole separate ball game, but like doing it in, like filming yourself in public. You know what I mean? Did you run into anything like that in the beginning, or were you guys pretty cool as a cucumber in the beginning there?
Tony,
it took a while. It took a while. I mean, I started my first YouTube channel, which is kind of like a throwaway channel. I put all kinds of stuff on there, which is one reason it never really took off, because it didn't have a niche like our food review channels.
Brand or identity.
Just random stuff. And I started that in 2006, which was a year after YouTube even, launched. And I've got, I don't know, I probably got 1,000 videos up there now. And it's just, it's just something that I put on. I'll go to races and use my video glasses and stuff like that, and record trips to the beach. And it's a vlogging channel, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But when you first start doing that kind of thing, you're really uncomfortable with it. Because you've got people staring at you, but then after a while, after you do it enough, you're going, okay, this is 2015. What is so strange about somebody talking to a camera? Now, I can see it if I'm wearing my video glasses and I'm talking. Then people don't see the camera and they're going, this guy's talking to himself. But, it's just like you kind of tune the other people out, and you go, listen, I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing it. So you kind of focus, and it's not really a problem anymore. And that's when you start having real fun, because you're not concentrating on what is everybody else around me thinking about.
What is Tom saying?
Well, that makes for good bloopers. That makes for bloopers too, when you look at it that way. I just started incorporating some blooper stuff into some of my more recent videos, because I figured I have all of this extra footage of things that are just, I want to kind of put that out there to be fun to do. But even still, I got to be honest, John, it gets a little weird sometimes. Usually whenever I go to my usual spots to do reviews, I kind of place my car in places that I know I'm not going to be interrupted as much.
Right.
If I'm in a busy parking lot, where can I be where the lighting is even? If it's slightly in the shade, I don't want to have it too dark. So, I mean, I'm still conscious of it, because you still want to be able to film and not have like a noise or something loud happening outside, or in Tony's a fire engine or somebody rolling into Jack in the Box at 50 miles an hour. It's just, it's those things. But when you do capture those moments of uncomfortableness, again, it comes down to how comfortable are you in front of the camera to put that out there for the world to see. And for the longest time, I never thought about doing a blooper type of thing, because it's not something I wanted to do. But now you kind of see a little bit more of your real personality when you see some of this stuff off camera, that it adds a little bit of a layer to the initial. Yes, you have the broadcaster way of doing what you do in front of the camera officially, but then once the camera stops, that's when the kind of, for some people, the real fun begins. And you're starting to see comments from people saying, I enjoyed your video, it's fine, but the very last 2 minutes of it, you'll see some comments for stuff like that. So
what video did you find forbidden food? What are you talking about? The video?
Oh, the fluffing the pillow? I'm sure it's the fluffing pillow.
Oh, you know what? Honestly, if you probably search on YouTube how to fluff a pillow, how many people made one of those? How to fluff a pillow. Oh, look, it's the first result on YouTube. Well, that gave that away. Have fun.
Everybody right now, bookmark and subscribe.
The first result. That was really tough.
I got to say to John, I really think he is courageous when he is doing his food reviews. And now Dame has started doing it to the point where he is uploading 2 versions of the reviews. He's reviewing, he's doing
I wonder why he's doing that.
And when John started doing the Periscope at the same time,
you know how hard that was?
I'm not that courageous on that because I trip over my words sometimes. I'll say something wrong. And I just don't want people seeing that out there yet. So props to you.
Well, I can tell you when I worked with Ken Domick, the very first collaboration that I did, and that was something that I was so proud to be able to be kind of on the radar of somebody who had at the time close to 200,000 subscribers, and I was not even 1,000 something over that. And he wanted to collaborate, and we were planning the West Coast food tour, and would I want to be part of that? One of the things that I remember, and this was after we did our Pinks review for his channel, was we were talking about
amazing, by the way.
Pinks out here in LA is the bomb. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I did that video solely because of you when I went to Vegas, and I do not regret it.
And those were great videos. Those were great. That series you did in Vegas also was amazing. All the West Coast stuff, which we still have to do. We still have to do something.
I would love to do that. Definitely.
Do that there. But one of the things he mentioned was that, let those bloopers out. Let yourself come out there a little bit. Let people see a little bit of like who you are aside from who you are on camera, because we all have a persona. And obviously when we talk to each other, we're all the same people. But when you see the outtakes, when you see the things that, Tony, like you're saying, things that you don't want people to see because of what it is, those
interview. Is that true?
Well, like I said, I'm just starting to let that out. I did a home review where I went to put something in the microwave and I left the camera rolling and I just came in and did a little dance for a couple minutes. And then I had no intention of putting that in and just decided at the last minute to put that in. And, all these people in the comments mentioning that your dance was my favorite part.
Yeah.
And I'm going, okay.
Tony, it was cute.
We won't get into demographics of who watches our reviews or anything like that, but you never know.
Now, I will say, whenever Skunky and I do a cocktail video together, sometimes we'll do them individually, sometimes we do them together. When we do them together, I'll have the camera started rolling because we'll have extra footage we cut off at the beginning and end. We'll be behind the bar, have everything set up on the bar, and I'll start us counting down 3, 2. Then I'll say something completely off the wall and then go 1 right away. And she'll be laughing when the actual video starts.
Ah, you're baiting her.
It's classic.
It's just so easy with her, though. In fact, we've got a video that's nothing but those little previous cuts.
Yeah.
That don't make it into the regular videos. Skunky, you've got a link to that, don't you, dear?
It's good entertainment. It's just good entertainment.
There it is.
It adds a layer.
There it is. But that's just nothing but us doing the countdowns before each cocktail we shoot. Oh, the things she puts up with. Yeah.
You're so
I'll just say 1 or 2 little words that's a personal joke between the two of us, and she cracks up completely.
That's awesome.
I got to show off my old nerd. This is just a little prank. Focus. Come on, focus. Seriously? Okay, whatever. But anyway, I got this from a young fan who is autistic. And he sent this to me. His mom contacted me on my Facebook page. His name's Denver Beak. And his mom, Jessica, she contacted me on my Facebook page after I had done the Geek Fuel box review. And she said, Denver has been saving up all summer long. He's been doing all this work to get Fallout 4 when it comes out. Would you sell us your badge? There was a security badge for Fallout 4 in the box. I said, no, I'm not going to sell it to you. Give me the address and I'll send it to him. And so I wrote a nice little note, thanks for watching, and you know, hi Denver and all this other stuff, and then sent him that badge, and she sent this back that he made. So I love this thing. This is great. So thank you very much, Denver, and I'm showing it off to everybody. And
that's a great way to connect with the fans, and I love it when that happens.
Yeah.
We actually had a fan. You know, people know I am a big fan myself of Kraken. I mean, look at the bottle here.
Oh, you can't hand out shots to us now.
But
Virtual.
they recently came out with this. I don't know how well this is going to show up on the camera.
Kraken
Storm?
Storm.
Is that beer aged in Kraken barrels?
No, it is not. This is actually a ginger beer, like used to make a Moscow Mule.
I hate ginger stuff.
Yeah, ginger. I'm not a fan.
Ginger
beer is good.
Or whatever it was.
But anyway,
alcoholic root beer?
No alcohol in this whatsoever. You add alcohol to this.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, can't you do that to anything?
Well, you can, but this is okay. Kraken is a black rum anyway. This is a black ginger beer made out of blackstrap molasses. And a fan sent me 2 cans because I'd mentioned on the show I'd love to have some. They don't sell it around here. Trouble is, it has one of the chemicals that I'm highly allergic to in it, so I can't open it and drink it.
Oh, Tom, just so you know, Tom adds alcohol to alcohol. I think that's just topping off the glass, though.
Yeah, I do that on a regular basis too.
Nice.
But
alcohol.
I love it when a fan connects with you.
I drink a little bit since I don't have work tomorrow, since I don't have a car. think we're going in tonight. There will be some periscopes just for you and just for you.
Oh, that'll be good.
That's trademark.
Oh shit! They're here.
But I just love it when I connect with a fan and they'll send us a little gift like that,
Yeah.
and that gives us a chance to send them something back.
It's really cool. I mean, I love making, you know, I love replying to comments on my channel and you know, interacting with the viewers, because some of them make me feel so good about what I'm doing that it's just like,
that's one
I
of the
love
best
you guys.
parts.
You guys are so awesome. You watch me eat food. And
at the end of the day, that's what it is. Dude, you should watch my channel trailer. The one, it's like me in a bathrobe in my car. And one of the lines I wrote was, "Because without you, I'm just a man eating alone in my car."
Oh yeah, no, I saw that. I didn't recognize the bathrobe thing. That didn't.
Yeah, I should have panned down more to.
But I remember that. Yeah, I like your trailer.
It's true. Think about it. Think about it, guys. Seriously, just like remove yourself from the situation right now. We eat food in a car and talk to a little box in our car. And then we upload it to the internet later. But for the time being, no one's there and no one can see it but us.
Right.
Into the interwebs.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like the internet is amazing.
Stuff and get paid money for it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, very little, but
yeah.
It is bad.
It's true. It's true. Interaction with the fans, you know, Charles, also to your point there, that's the golden thing there. I mean, if something that you do resonates with just one person and somebody takes the time out of their day to type to you, first they have to log into Google to begin with. And some people don't even want to do that. They just want to view. But just to be able to log in and you get the feedback, the first half hour of any new video release feels like premiere night, at least for me. I love when new content launches and you're just sitting there and you're refreshing and you're seeing the comments and you're typing back and you're interacting. It's a blast to do because that's out into the ether. Everything that you've done, you've created absolutely something from nothing. Everything that your brand, your channel, the creativity that you've put together and you've made from, that's just a series of ones and zeros that becomes pictures on somebody's screen.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad you guys feel the same way about this because I'm so passionate about it as well. Like I literally am amazed how awesome it is. And so it's like, it's great that you guys feel the same way about it that I do. That is exciting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and to be in a forum of like-minded individuals who do what they do on a consistent basis and who have the effort and who showcase not only the talent of just the journalism portion of conveying their way in a spoken word, which not a lot of people can do and feel comfortable about, to put that out there And then you have people that interact with you and they leave you comments, even the ones that leave you the most nastiest, hateful comments on the planet, which make me laugh because I don't know them, you know. And so it's like, it's hilarious that they would take things.
Dude, I have this one guy. He's called like the Skunk Smoke or something. And
good Lord.
It's this one guy. And it's like he leaves the most raunchy comments known. It's like
get a response. To get a response.
It's amazing. Like he'll say things like, "This is gonna get really rated X real quick." Read word for word.
Careful.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to read it. But basically, it's like expletive, your mother, expletive. Why don't you go expletive? Like one of them was like, go ask your dad for a Blumpkin. That's one of the things that he said.
Why do people spend their time doing that?
You should review a blue waffle. Ask your mom for help.
That's one thing that's universal between YouTube, podcasting, even forums. We all get those.
Yeah,
90% of the time, it's a 12-year-old kid.
It doesn't connect with me. You know, when I watch somebody's video, either I will thumbs it up, or I won't. But I don't tend to thumbs down videos. And I do not leave nasty remarks. If I think you've said something that I don't care for, that's me. I didn't care for it, and I'm not going to leave you a comment. But if I like something, I'll take the time and I'll put in the effort to put a comment. It goes back to the, you know, when you were a kid, your mom's saying, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all.
Right.
And if it's something as simple as somebody putting in the time to make a video and entertain somebody, thumbs up to those people. Those people are very cool because they've taken the courage and the time and put in the effort to put something out. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Don't watch it or just leave and go to another video. But if you like it, show your appreciation, give them a thumbs up, maybe make a comment or something like that. Just don't be nasty. I don't understand people like that. That just doesn't compute in my head.
Now, here's a question for all three of you, gentlemen. And it just went right. Oh, yeah. When you're out in public, are you ever recognized?
Yes. I spent a year in, I went up to a place called Teen Challenge Christian Academy to minister to kids who were from broken families. And basically that was their last place before going to jail. Their parents sent them there. And this was in a place called Sundance, Wyoming, which has a population of like 300 people. And I was recognized in a store. Somebody said, "Hey, I watch your videos." Just this little podunk town. And it, you know, one of those towns that you don't actually live in, but you pass through and you get gas and maybe a sandwich on your way to someplace else.
Definitely a sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, I love it when I'm out there and I get recognized. And it's not like an ego thing. It's like this is just so cool. Thank you very much for taking the time to say hi. Yeah. And, you know, it's just so much fun.
Yeah, I agree.
What about you, Ian?
Me, I have been recognized twice. And the first time, I don't even think it counts because I was at VidCon earlier this year. So
that counts.
It went like this. So
that counts. That counts.
I guess. But I mean, outside in the real world, when I'm out doing my thing, I was actually driving through a Burger King and I was just picking up some chicken fries just to get them. And I was pointed out inside the restaurant by one of the people who worked there. So somebody that I'd never seen before. And you typically go to the McDonald's or the Burger King where I was driving through. So I figured, okay, that was a win-win. So it was like my first official, feel like starstruck moment. So I decided to get on Periscope while I was having my chicken fries to discuss it and say, oh, how cool that was. Just to kind of invite it too, because I'm a very friendly guy. If anyone sees me out in public, the thing is, but because I'm so tall, I think if people were to see me, they probably wouldn't. And maybe that's just my thing, maybe. But that's really my only thing so far. And considering I've been doing this for a little over 2 years now, I think that's kind of cool for me. I guess at least considering the time. But John, how about you? All
right, so I have been recognized once. And we're going to put an asterisk next to it because it was a local recognition. So what happened? is I went to a place called Dominic's of New York, which is a local. It's a franchise that has many locations. They're the steak shop that kind of attaches itself like a parasite to Lowe's and big box stores and things like that. And they have really good, really good Philly cheesesteaks. So I went to the Dominic's near my house at the Lowe's and got the Philly cheesesteak, ordered it. And I asked the woman, I'm like, hey, do you mind if I film you preparing the Philly cheesesteak? Like, you know, and she's like, why? Are you going to try to make it at home? And I'm like, no, I do food videos and I post them up online. You know, I just wanted to kind of add sort of the process because I like the way you kind of do things from scratch and toss it up on the flat top and they're tapping and shaking and doing things like that. So she's like, oh, cool. Yeah, great. So I filmed that. I made the video. And then like 2 days later, I was out at a bar and this guy came up to me and he's like, dude, wait a minute. I saw you online. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you did like the sandwich thing, right? And I'm like, what sandwich? What are you talking about? He's like, you went to Dominic's and you made like a video about Dominic's. I'm like, yeah, I was there a couple days ago. How'd you know? And he's like, dude, I work there. And I'm like, oh, cool, man. I'm like, how'd you see my video? And he's like, so you went there like a couple days ago and the woman you spoke with is my manager. And so she said that some guy came in talking about some video online. So she searched Dominic's on YouTube and saw your video. And she CC'd everyone who works for Dominic's in the company, your video. She's like, this is great advertising. This is great that he did such a great review for our restaurant. And so this guy's just like a random employee that worked there. He's probably like, well, he was at a bar, so I hope he was 21. But he seemed younger than me, but it was pretty cool. But it was a local recognition, but at the end of the day, the recognition is a recognition.
Well, I have a question. For both of you guys, real quick. Tony and John. Do any of your family members try to embarrass you in public by letting people know who you are?
Yes, it's so annoying.
Forget about it. I got millions of stories, but I'm not even going to take up the time for it. Right?
So annoying.
Mother. So you guys go ahead.
All right. So the most recent one is I was at where it was. Was it a wedding? It was a wedding. Yeah, I went to a wedding in New York City, and my whole extended family was there, and like all these aunts and uncles and second aunts and second cousins and everyone you'll ever like as far as the family tree goes, basically people I haven't seen since I was like -6. And so my mom would just be having a conversation with someone, and you know how parents like to talk about their children. So that the topic would come up and I would see them like 6 of them huddled over a phone like and I would walk over there and it would be me like, what is going on, guys? John here. I'm like, dude, please don't, dude. Like, just, yeah, it's weird. So, like, anyone that I've met personally that I hang out with, family, whether it be friends, whether it be my best friend, if they're watching my videos, it's weird.
Yeah.
For me. But yet I don't care that thousands of strangers doesn't bother me whatsoever. But if it's someone that I know personally, for some reason, it's just like game changer. It weirds me out.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
Right.
Oh, yes, definitely. My father will call me Monday mornings. He'll say, I caught your show last night. I'm like, oh, God, no.
Yeah, it doesn't happen to me. I'm not around a lot of immediate family. My son lives right around the block. But my wife, usually I tend to embarrass her more than the other way around. And my son doesn't do it. So nope, doesn't happen to me.
You're lucky. I'll just say that. You're lucky.
Very good.
Oh, it's different for each person. I'm not okay with my father catching our show or watching our videos, even though I know he does. But wife and daughter watch them. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. How about watching your own content back? Do you like watching yourself?
Oh, hell no. No.
Yeah. I very rarely, maybe once or twice while I'm editing, I'll actually go through the process because I'm scrubbing it. I'm making sure making sure everything is where it should be. And then after I upload it to YouTube, I want to watch it mobily and make sure everything looks clean. But then after that, even still, I'm like, oh my God, it's just sometimes you get that, like, I can't. That's why the angle, worry about things. And it's just, you begin to become kind of like, movie star, is the lighting right? Do I look right? Does anything seem out of place? You know, it's I mean, at least for me, I don't know about you guys, but
you guys both do like a run through, like before you upload it. Like what I'll do is I'll render out the video and then I'll start uploading it. And then before the time it's uploaded to when it's like, what do you call it? Processing and stuff like that. I'll just watch it from scratch at full speed and just kind of like nitpick and be like, all right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And just kind of watch it full through. And one other thing that's kind of weird for me, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but as soon as I upload a video, for me personally, my perception of my previous video almost becomes obsolete. Like all of a sudden, my latest video, I feel like is automatically my best video.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, do you guys feel that way at all? Like a video from a year ago is like, F that, dude. I would never post that. And then it's just like the first video I ever uploaded, just embarrassing. I don't even want to talk about that. And then it's like as it gets closer and closer and closer, I feel like I'm getting better and better at what I do, which I feel like everyone is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're learning new editing techniques. We're being more comfortable. We're, our words, things that we say. So it's like I feel like every video is like a little bit better. So I'm like embarrassed to watch even the last video because I automatically feel like my latest video is the best. I don't know if you guys feel the same way at all.
Well, Tony and John, which editing programs do you guys use when you're creating your content? Which ones do you?
Final Cut Pro X.
Okay, I do the same.
I've been using Sony. It's Sony Movie Studio now. It used to be Sony Vegas, but I've been using that.
Sony Vegas Pro 10.
Okay.
Since they first started coming
I
out.
think my videos have been updated or uploaded.
There's so much you can do with it, but I use maybe a quarter of what this program actually does. It's so robust and it's so inexpensive. I mean, you can usually buy the latest version on Amazon for like $50 or something like that, which is really good. As far as watching my videos, I watch it before I upload it just to make sure that everything's how I want it, because I've learned through the process that before, I've uploaded videos and they've uploaded, they've processed, I've meta tagged them to death, and then I watch it and I've made a mistake or I've left like 10 minutes of black space because I forgot to delete this little piece of film footage. And so I've learned to watch it through first before I upload it, because if I don't, it comes back to bite me in the butt.
Connor's out there. He was actually someone who mentioned that to me. He commented on a video and he's like really nice about it. He's like, "Hey John, great video. By the way, the last 5 minutes of your video are complete darkness with no sound. Maybe, I don't know if you meant to do that or not." And I'm like, oh man, all right, thanks, dude.
And then you get in there with the YouTube editor, in their little thing, and you try and sometimes it works and sometimes you just go, it's taken a day for them to cut out 15 seconds of black. I think I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
Well, John, to your point, the reason I was mentioning that is because I started with iMovie originally. And then once I migrated over to Final Cut Pro, I've just been enthralled with everything that it can do and create.
I love it. Don't you love the snapping timeline? You just drag it and it's great.
It's just I can bang out a video the way that I do it maybe in about 3 hours time, because I have a lot of things that are preset. So a lot of things, once you build those graphics and you build it, drag and drop.
Yeah, I have a question about your kind of workflow since you do Final Cut Pro. So I've only been using Final Cut Pro for maybe 5 months, and so I got like the commands and the zoom in, zoom out, and the retime and stuff like that done. But so like as far as starting, I haven't found a solid way to do a template. So what I do is I drag that black space and I just kind of go brrr, and then I take my social media, hey, check me out on social media, and I drag it over to the black space. Then I do my sound effects, I drag it over to the black space. Then I do my end card, and I drag all my little doodads and effects and sounds and graphics, drag them over to that black space, delete everything over here, start lining up my clips, and then drag them back over from the black space. Is that just the biggest waste of time ever? Do you have a better way to do that?
It is, and there's the best. And I'm going to give you the secret right now, because this is exactly what
I'm ready. I'm all ears.
I have a project already set up that lives in Final Cut on the left side on the tree. And when I go into it, it's essentially all of my graphics, everything like one after the other on top of each other. It doesn't matter which way that it is. I go into that and I hold down Shift and I highlight every single graphic I want to do pertinent to that effect.
Right.
and you just do the Command C to copy it, and then I just go into my project and I paste it. All I do is I cut and paste from that main group, so that way I'm not pulling 5 million pieces at one time into the next thing, and then I have to worry about
spread them out and put them where they need to be, and do all that stuff.
No, I put the rough of my video in. I have my intro, and then I have my main intro that I've created from when you see the flying clouds, and then after that, it's all of my content that I put in by itself before it's gamma corrected, before it's color coded.
Gamma corrected.
I go through everything. I go through color correction and everything at the very end for lighting and exposure and everything. But once I have everything set, everything is just in place already. So I have the flow of the video before I do any minor cuts to fix, and then I put the graphics, just cut and pasting. It's just a cut and paste. That's all that it is. Skunky.
Sorry.
And I do the same thing with Sony Vegas or Sony Movie Studio. I do not recreate the wheel every time. I have created a template, old nerd template, that I bring up, and it consists of my intro. It consists of my end slate with 2 blanks where those 2, click here to go to different videos. That's where they reside. I've got my watermark over the top, and I've got my sound effects down below, the fart sound that I use at the very last, and everything that I usually use in a video as a template. So then all I do is import the new footage that I've just shot, bring it in, arrange it, and then it's good to go. I can usually bang out a video after I've shot it, like maybe an hour at the most.
Yeah.
Because of the template.
Yeah, I usually do the template in Sony Vegas because it doesn't have that snapping timeline. So you can kind of just put things exactly where you want and then save it. And then do, and then just save it as a different file name. And then when you go back to the original, everything's exactly. But so the problem with Vegas is, though, is it likes to, this snapping timeline can be wonderful, but it can also be annoying sometimes. Because like if you put a bunch of files, they just go, and they all just glue themselves together.
You can turn that on and off.
You can lift it. You can lift from the storyline if you do it that way. You can lift
that was like a Final Cut Pro thing. How do you disable? I mean, I'm obviously can Google it. I'll just try to figure it out.
Button in the top.
Okay, beautiful. That'll probably ease things out then. Nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. Thank you.
Give me a call and I'll show you. I'll give you a shot of what it looks like when I'm doing it, and I'll show you the template the way it's set, and I'll show you all the graphics are like one after another, or they're on top of each other. It doesn't matter which order because you're never going to use it. It's just there to place your stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I feel like as I progressed, the more graphics I use, like when I first started out, I was like, hey guys, like no graphics at all. But now I like do all these things in Photoshop, and like I redesign my social media stuff. So it definitely gets time consuming.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So do y'all do that, all the extra, well, I'll tell everybody real quick. I jumped in because it's that time of night where Charlie loses his internet. It's consistently every night between 9 and 10. At some point, his internet goes down.
Hey, you made it to 950 though.
Well, last night was 9:48. So.
Okay, hey.
Please give him our best. It was a pleasure meeting him.
Yeah,
he'll be back in just a minute.
Okay.
Real quick question is, do you find that adding all the graphics? I mean, I know it's fun to play with Final Cut Pro and all that stuff. Do you think that you get more viewers and more people to go to your website and everything because you add that stuff at the end of the video?
Mm-hmm. It's consistent. People love consistency.
Right.
And when you do that, and especially when you don't do that, if you take something out or change something, people actually notice that. Yeah. There are times when I didn't have the fart sound effect in, and some people freaked out over it. It's just like, wait, where is this? So people notice those little things. And when you're consistent, it's kind of like an old home type of feeling. It's like the things that we say, as we introduce our videos, eating things so you don't have to. Things like that. The things that Ian says, the things that John say.
If I don't say, alrighty, let's eat.
Yeah.
Forget it, dude. People will freak out.
Like that. It's like I said, it's like an old home week. It's in many of the top YouTubers out there have their little slogans, their little lines that they do, and people love it.
I agree.
John, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, big time. Those things. I mean, number one, they lead you to different social media sites. Like, it's always good to kind of just like expand your brand, to get people on other platforms and stuff like that. But it also just very simply just adds production value. It's
Right.
like if you have like any TV show you watch, it's not just footage. Like, it's not just the film. You know what I mean? Like, they're adding like, you know, their name, host, blah blah blah, like co-producer, blah blah blah, and they introduce people. There's graphics, there's little sound effects, little quirks, things like that, just kind of to keep people's attention up. Because like anything like KBD production is like, all right, so like I'm not bashing Ken whatsoever at all. I love him. He's great. But it's like he is really, really, really good at like the keeping your attention, like the intros and the graphics and the noises and the screams and the, like when he goes to the drive-thru, it's like the automatic machine gun, like pop, 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 and like the screaming. Like, he's so good at that. And I think that it's like everyone has level of like articulation with words and how they explain things, and then there's like level of like personality and then like production value and things like that. And so like I think that Ken's level of production value. So here, let's compare Dame Drops and Ken, okay, to the top dogs. Dame has so much personality he could fill 5 people. Can we agree on that?
Absolutely.
And so he doesn't really have any graphics. He doesn't really do many sound effects. I mean, he has the earthquake effect in the beginning when he goes, "Duh," but like he really doesn't do much editing or post stuff. Ken, on the other hand, Ken's a great guy, but honestly, he doesn't have quite that in your face personality. So what does he do? Supplements with graphics and you know what I mean, like different doodads and sound effects and dings and dongs and things like that. And so at the end, both videos hold the same production value. You know what I mean? Like the same end quality, but it's just different levels of different things to kind of, give you the same thing. So I think it's definitely
your audience too. I mean, there are some people who, and I, like you said, I'm not going to mention any names. There are some people who will watch one of the top YouTubers and it will completely, their personality or what they put into their video completely drives them nuts. Mm-hmm. But they'll watch somebody who does the same thing that's maybe a little bit calmer or maybe, speaks to them a little bit more. Yeah. And they love the lower guy over the higher guy, just because, and it's an individual thing. And it's just a matter of production, what you put into it, if you're putting yourself into it. But then there's those people who make you scratch your head and you go, I have no idea how you're getting these many views. I mean, Maggie Bond. Do you guys know who Maggie Bond is? Mm-mm. This is a little Asian girl who started creating videos years ago. Look her up on YouTube. Maggie Bond. She's young girl. She's got these big, gorgeous eyes. She spends 30 seconds to a minute.
Oh my God. I'm looking at all the thumbnails right now, all the same.
At the camera. She doesn't say a word most of the time. And she's got through the roof views and subscribers. And she does it every single video. There's no difference. She's just staring at the camera with these really big, beautiful eyes, doesn't say a word. And you go, I don't understand this. I've invested so much time and so much effort into my videos, and I can't even reach the popularity that she's gotten because
I feel like she's like a monster from Silent Hill, and she's going to like transform at any second.
And, I've always said, girls get more views than guys. That's just the way it is. If I had boobs, I'd probably get more views.
I'm not being critical, but I'm saying like that should happen. That they would just so many views.
Oh, Tony, you get a lot of that in the cocktail videos circle as well. Because here, Skunky and I, we built a nice simple cocktail. We very clearly explained, here's how you do it. We don't have any distractions on the bar. We don't pile all the bottles on the bar or unnecessary equipment. It just bang, 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 bang. Here's your cocktail. Here's what it tastes like. Here's the mouthfeel, things like that. But then somebody else who will remain nameless comes out the same cocktail, has dancing girls on either side of him, yells a lot.
Tipsy bartender, what? Tipsy bartender? What are you talking about? Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you did, John. But yeah,
No, sorry.
1 million views on it.
I know.
Exact same
It's so
cocktail.
dumb.
And as sad as it is, that kind of stuff gets views.
Bells.
It's just plain and simple. If you have a chick doing the same thing a guy does, the chick will always get more views.
Mhm.
Right. The biggest thing I think, just personally, guys, is that as long as what you're doing doesn't compromise the vision of the review that you want to create, if you make something that you know when it's over with, you can feel satisfied with that. I think there should be some level of technical, because naturally in an age where we're trying to vie for people's attention, there needs to be something to keep them engaged to you.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's a flashy intro, whether it's something throughout. Now, you don't want to go overload crazy, you know, in terms of having some crazy stuff consistently, but it's that careful balance of delivering the information in an entertaining and informative way, but also flexing your chops if you've got them to really kind of keep that engagement, to keep that level. And by the time you get to the end of the review, you can say to yourself, man, that was pretty quality. I mean, that looks, I would probably want to see what else can this person do? Are there playlists set up on their page? Is there something to keep the engagement there? Because YouTube gives you every tool under the sun to set yourself up for success. It's how you incorporate that, whether it's cards in the upper right-hand corner, whether it's the branding that you do in the bottom right-hand corner, whether it's just the quality of the technical level, whatever it is that you have, just bring your A game every single time as much as possible. Some are going to be winners, some are not going to be winners. But if something resonates with people, that quality, as long as it's consistent, will register, and your subscriber base will. I mean, it's natural. It's organic, the way Tony was saying. It's everything that John was saying in terms of putting all of that together. It's just, once you combine all that with just the passion, that niche, that's your key to success right there. It really is.
And Maggie Bond has never seen that YouTube player's guide.
Wow. I'm going to look them up. I'm going to look her up. I've never seen that. I've never seen
it.
It's really
do it. It's amazing. All the videos are exactly the same.
Definitely look up that channel.
Am I going to want to like shoot myself after watching this for like a minute, just staring, getting closer and closer to the screen like this? To see?
That's what it is. It's so horrifying. Don't watch it.
A little bit, you know, you sit there and you, I think one of the things is anticipation. Will she actually say something?
She did at the end of the video that I watched.
Wow.
She was like,
you know, if she does say something, it's always in another language.
Yep.
You don't understand it, but you're thrilled she said something.
If I can find a demographic overseas, that's the key, is get international. If you can get international presence, because that's what I'm trying to figure out, how you can get more people to watch you in a foreign country, even if you don't even speak the language, but you have a visual pop. Like if you watch into like K-pop, if you watch any of these K-pop videos of just the crazy effects, you don't even know what they're saying.
You know what I've been doing?
Because of what it is. That's the key right there. It really is.
You know what I've been doing? Here you go, tricks of the trade. Not that it's been yielding any results for me, but it's an idea if you guys want to try it. I go to Google Translator. I shit you not, okay? I did this one. There's a really popular food reviewer that speaks Arabic. He speaks complete Arabic. The words are like, they look, I mean, it's Arabic. It's the symbols for Arabic. He speaks in Arabic. So I go to Google Translator, found him by translating food review into Arabic from English, searched it up on YouTube, and here, let me find... Let's see here.
It's hilarious. Google.
And I commented on it, and I said, great video, man. Keep up the good work. And I translated that from English to Arabic and commented on his video. And I got like 5 people to comment on my videos in straight Arabic. I have no idea what they said, but they must have seen the comments.
That's golden.
I'm like, yeah, international, whoa. But it's ridiculous. So, yeah.
Google Translate is so bad. I remember watching Rhett and Link do some videos that made fun of Google Translate because they actually sang what Google Translate put out for them. And it's just freaking hilarious. It's a horrible thing to do.
Wow.
It's just like people doing, you know, I tell people, because I love sharing my expertise about making video and stuff like that. And I watch these people who use that little feature of YouTube that says, oh, well, your video looks a little shaky. Would you like us to fix that? And you do, and it's like 70s drug induced stuff.
Yeah, basically, it's like
don't do
you
that
want us
because
to
they don't. Your
demolish
video's not
any
shaky.
quality
You're
that your
sitting
video
there
has.
in
Look
front of the
here.
camera. And maybe a hair on your ear moved, and oh well, it's shaky. Do you want us to fix that?
I don't know about you guys in the chat right now, but I am loving the passion. Let me know, right? Type some comments right now if you guys are digging the passion that is oozing from your screen right now. Because listening to Tony go off, listening to John go off, Charles also going in there. I feel like I'm ready for a cocktail after this is over right now.
I am so ready. I will
check out Nothing to Say's channel. We'll make you a good cocktail.
I still can't find your channel. What is it called again? Where are these cocktails? I want
Nothing to Say show. Just a second, I'll get you the link.
To say show.
Nothing to Say show.
I mean, you can find it off the page.
When I search the Monetization, the first video that comes up is Tony's video. Special Old Nerd Reviews Old Nerdviews interview on Nothing to Say show. You're the first one that comes up. And that is why collabs are great. That is why. Because if you put the other person's name in your title, like I put, like have we all done a collab with Joey?
No.
Joey and I are talking about it. We'll probably put one out next week.
I have actually messaged Joey. I've messaged and Joey has not responded to me.
I've done one with Connor.
I'm sure he will. Joey's amazing. Like he reached out to me to do it. I'm like, dude, you have literally 30 more thousand subscribers than me. Why do you want to do this? But in reality, I was like, absolutely, yes, I'd love to. Fantastic. When can we do it?
I'd love to do one with Joey, but he's never responded. I've sent messages on Facebook as well as through YouTube, and I figured, okay, maybe when the time is right, I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know if he's getting them or what, but I would love to.
He's a really busy guy, and I'll tell you from experience because he actually contacted me. He made a comment on one of my videos. We should do a collab together. I said, great, let's do it. So I messaged him back. I PM'd him. And then, then he gave me his email and I started emailing him and I was never hearing anything back. And I'm going, I don't get this. I don't understand it. In fact, one of my last reviews, I mentioned
something. Doesn't he work like crazy restaurant hours?
What's that?
I think he's like a chef at a restaurant and he works like crazy late restaurant hours.
Just recently he got back to me and he said, I'm sorry, I've been really, really busy and everything. Let's do this thing. So it sounds like it's on, but yeah, I mean, Ian, don't give up. I'm sure he'll contact you and contact him.
You'd be surprised how long our list of potential guests is that never get back to us.
Wow.
Literally, we have a couple of hundred people on our list. We send them an initial contact. They write back, yeah, I'd love to be on the show. Then we never hear anything from them again.
You want to hear something worse than that? Over the weekend, I sent out, because I'm trying to build the cooking aspect of my channel a lot. So I decided, Joey and I we did 2 collabs. One of them, we did a cooking collab around Thanksgiving where we did both of us did cooking videos. So I was like, idea, let's reach out to some just straight up cooking channels around the same subscribers, like, 1,000 to 10,000, like around that. And I probably emailed 40 channels. You know how many responses I got back?
How many?
40 channels, and it's been almost a week. Well, I started on like Thursday or Friday. I got 2 responses. I was like, dude, are you freaking kidding me? Like people, I feel like if people understood how beneficial collabs were, I feel like a lot more people would do collabs. Like Ian, I've been wanting to ask you. You said the last time we Skype chatted or whatever we did when we did the round robin thing. You mentioned something about a Google rep or a Google employee that you spoke with.
Yes.
So what were the circumstances of that interaction?
That was just reaching out. That was actually something that was contacted by somebody who works for Google and basically wanted to kind of maybe mentor, maybe offer some assistance. And I've had about 4 different live chats with them going over what I could do differently.
Exact same thing.
That's really what that is. And I've been in communication, but it's kind of fallen off a little bit because naturally the first couple, and then you don't hear back unless you maybe chase after it. So
it's like a thing. Yeah, it's just like they schedule like a preliminary thing. The guy who I did it with his name was Pierre.
Mine was Mateus.
Okay, cool. So like he would message me and he'd be like, yeah, so like, kind of why'd you start your channel? What are you trying to work on? I'm looking over your channel right now. I see you have really good tags. Your thumbnails are pretty good. Yeah. Just kind of add a little bit more data to your descriptions. We'll get the SEO up. And I'm like, dude, why are you doing this? Like, why are you helping me?
Right.
Like, we had like 4 or 5 interactions. Did he send you on like those seminar things, like the webinars?
There's a few that I've actually attended that I've done, and really, it's really nothing that you couldn't find off of the bootcamp section of Google anyway. So it's really a lot of the same content, which for anyone who's watching right now, if you're thinking of creating a channel, your first stop should be the Google bootcamps in terms of just showing all the basic things in the beginning. And that's great information. I did it completely backwards. I'm sure everybody else did who's been doing it for a little bit. You go back and you see the content, you're like, well, I already do those things, but it's a lot of good information. But that was the main thing. I mean, one of the big takeaways was that I know that what he offered me is, I live in Pasadena here in Los Angeles, California. And they actually YouTube has a facility in Los Angeles that once you reach 10,000 subscribers, they open that up to you, and you're allowed to film there and use the facilities all for free. From what I understand,
like unlock the space or whatever. Like, you got to like do this thing, and it's like an orientation and all that stuff. The one in New York City is like, I have a friend that lives there, and it's like 20 minutes from her apartment, but you need 5,000, and I have like 4,500, 4,400 something.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm that close. Like, they have Reds, they have 5D Mark IIIs. They have all this crazy equipment. They have professional lighting. They have a kitchen.
Yeah.
They have like a TV show style kitchen where with the cameras all set up, you can cook whatever you want. And it's like, I want to use it so bad, but it's like, I'm so close yet so far. You know what I mean?
We'll get there. We'll all get there. Everybody watching who's doing what they're doing will get there. And just keep doing what you do and don't give up. If it's something that you really want something bad enough, 9 times out of 10, you will get it eventually. Just don't be impatient where if something doesn't work, then you're going to say, well, throw in the towel, because then it was never really meant to be to begin with. So
and this show right here is a testimony to collabing. Absolutely. Yes, I mean, Charlie and Skunky found me through YouTube, invited me on the show. So I've been on the show a couple times. I've known you two unless I did a collab, and I wouldn't have said, Charlie, let's go ahead and invite Ian and John. I know these guys. I've worked with them before. They're great guys. I think we could have a lot of fun. Yeah. And so this whole show right tonight is a testimony to collaboration.
It is. It's amazing.
Oh, and as a side note there, Tony, that episode of our show that you were on got 1,900 downloads.
Wow.
What does that compare to?
A lot.
On average, we get between 1,450 and 1,500.
Oh, nice, dude. That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's like a 25% boost.
Wait a minute. So that means with Tony on this show right now, there's a chance that this can be completely blown out of proportion number-wise right now. This is going to be insane. I have a strong... Not to jinx
for all of us.
That's awesome.
Wait, when does this actually... So this is just like a recording and then it airs later? How does that work?
This one tonight is.
Okay, cool. When does it air? And it's a podcast?
Well, Blab saves it right away and then allows you to download
available right away. Our usual Sunday show, it's usually available by 2 a.m. the next morning.
Gotcha.
We have a live audience, and we have the download audience.
Gotcha. Okay. Nice. That's pretty
as far as this Blab, it gets saved right away, and then we can download it and you know.
Yeah, I'd love to just toss this up on the channel.
We go ahead and put our own stuff in it, and Ian puts it on his channel, and bye, Ian. And puts it on his channel. All right. Charlie puts it up there. We're all getting each other's audience. It's wonderful.
It is. It's great.
Well, I love it. I'm getting dizzy being shuffled around here.
I know. It's like we're like sliding around over here.
Once this one gets done tonight, I'll be downloading it, slapping a title on it, giving us all lower thirds, and then uploading it to my channel.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
So Charlie gets the views, and John gets the views, and Ian gets the views, and I get the views, and our audience crosses over each other, and everybody wins. And all we're doing is sitting around shooting the shiznit. And we're marketing right now. How cool is that?
It is very cool. It is very cool. That's the power of the internet, power of YouTube, power of social media.
Mm-hmm. It is. Well, myself, I don't do nothing to say or this for the money. I just do it because I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it does feel good knowing that I've got people out there that want to watch it.
Like people who started out as a channel just for fun and now like 37 million subscribers, like PewDiePie, for example. He just started out playing video. He still has a good time. And I don't think PewDiePie does it for the money. Obviously, if the money's coming in, you're not going to disable monetization if you're making tens of thousands. You know what I mean? You're gonna take it if it's there. But it's like, I wonder how mentally people have changed. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if it's gotten to them at all. Like, people who have, just kind of started out small and now, like, one of my buddies, actually, I went to high school with this guy named David Patterson. And so his YouTube channel is called That Dude in Blue. And he has about 350,000 to 400,000 subscribers now. He gets about 150,000 daily views. Nice. So that's about six figures, moolah, cash-wise, about 6 figures a year doing that. And so, like, he's a nice guy. I mean, I went to high school with him and stuff, but he's like, he will never respond to anybody. You know what I mean? Like, he's just totally turned into, like, this kind of not the nicest person anymore. So it's like, I guess that just happens to some people. You know what I mean? If you have a predisposition to be that way, but
I don't understand that, because without the viewers, we're nothing.
Literally nothing.
We're sitting here talking to ourselves without these people who are, talking and asking us questions, and I love them all.
Right.
We're three guys sitting around talking to ourselves. Four if Ian ever comes back.
There he is now.
Speak of the devil.
Oh, connection issue. Sorry about that. There we go.
Welcome back, Ian.
Up at 28.8.
Telling you right now. You jinxed me. You jinxed me earlier.
Now, Tom Cody over here in the chat just said, in the guy's defense, he probably gets 1,000 emails a day. Tom, I get 1,000 emails a day, and I still respond to people who personally send me an email.
I mean, I can understand, when you start getting really, really big and you start getting comments that, I mean, you can't answer everything. And not every comment, I think, warrants an answer, because it's not necessarily something that they're asking you or something that sometimes they're just talking. And I kind of get torn back and forth, because I'm going, okay, now if I answer this certain thing, will that be the end of it? Or will somebody else chime in and we'll get a discussion going?
You can't form this kind of like this chain effect where it's like, dude, what have I opened up?
And you don't intentionally market yourself when you're having fun like this. You're doing it as a passion. That's just kind of a result. I don't do this. I don't come on Charlie's show with the intention. I'm marketing myself. That's just the result of coming on and having fun for a couple hours, sitting here and talking to buddies.
Right.
So we've had a couple of guests come on try to do that, and they found it doesn't work very well on our show.
And it shouldn't. I mean, it should be a natural conversation. The conversation should flow. It should be just as it is, and people should want to kind of, seeing the person.
From day one has always been like the old Johnny Carson show. The host sits there, talks with the guest about nothing in particular. Mm-hmm. If you're pitching something, go ahead and pitch it, get that out of the way. We're going to talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
Every talk show nowadays that you ever see on TV is like, by the way, check out my new book. You should really check that out. Check out my new movie. It's releasing in theaters next week. There's never a reason to just like, let's hang out. We're in the same industry. We're doing the same stuff. Let's chat and make a show. You know what I mean? It always has to be about promotion.
A few weeks ago, we had Mark Russell, the comedian, if you can remember that far back, the political comedian.
Yeah. I remember him, bow tie guy.
Yeah, bow tie guy.
Yeah.
We had him on at the same time that we had author Fred Minnick on.
I don't know who that is.
He does a bourbon review.
Oh, okay.
And he had a new book out. We mentioned the book, got that out of the way. Then he and Mark Russell were talking about government for the rest of the show.
Wow.
No further mention of his book. No mention of Mark Russell's show, which he's still doing at age 86, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
But just guests sitting around talking with each other. Yeah. They found a subject in common and took off, and Skunky and I just sat back and just relaxed.
Yeah. Well, technically, you don't really even have to say anything because your ID is above you here on the screen. So people don't recognize who you are. It's not like your reputation precedes you. Let's talk about something else. I don't know if you guys saw The Tonight Show last night, but Harrison Ford was on there. And obviously with Star Wars Force Awakening opening up, Force Awakens, he doesn't need to be told who he is, or we all know who he is. It was more interesting to hear about everything else. And that's the difference between a show where that you can tell that people are marketing, you know, really hardcore, or if they're being genuine and being real the same way that Tony, John, and myself are. It's that type of that feeling that you get. That's what's so cool about this forum and technology, being able to have this conversation with the four of you guys. And in the background, in the back of your mind, you're thinking there could be thousands of people that are going to be watching this right now, that it could be, it's like transparent. It feels like we're all in the same room. It's just us hanging out. And that's what's so cool about this. That's what's so cool about it.
I have a question for you two. Does this work? Is this going? You guys have the exact same screen that I
Ian's over here.
Yeah, you're
right.
So
Ian's over here to me. Well, the camera probably does it backwards. There you go.
Watch my ear there, John. Damn.
Yeah, mine's exact opposite. You guys are over here and over there. But anyway, so as far as like the marketing stuff and just like natural speech and things like that, have you guys ever been approached by a restaurant or by a company that sells food products or snacks or drinks or treats or whatever? Have you guys been approached by those companies? And have you been pressured? Well, not pressured. I shouldn't say pressured. That sounds like a negative connotation. Have you been encouraged, we'll say, to make a video for their product for either paid or for some sort of compensation, whether it be free food, free products, free drinks, whatever? And did it affect your video whatsoever? And there you go. Those are my questions.
Well, Tom, do you want to go first? You want me to take it?
Yeah, I mean, I am approached all the time, not only for food, but mainly for products. But, you know, I will not jeopardize my viewership. If it's got to be something nerdy. Otherwise, I turn it down. I don't care if you're offering me money for it or free product or whatever. It's got to be nerdy. Like here's a company that sent me, I'm going to do a review on this. This is a power pack. So if your cell phone or your laptop or tablet or whatever, if you're out and about, you lose power, go ahead and plug this thing in and it'll recharge it completely. This is cool. Now I've had one of these before. I bought myself an Amazon Basics one, but they asked me if I wanted to do a review on this one. I said, sure, this is nerdy enough, because if I like it, then I know it's nerdy enough. You know, if you ask me to do, like I said, slippers or something stupid like that, I won't do it on my, I don't care if you, whatever you offer me. In fact, I've got one person who contacted me through my Facebook page and said, I want you to review, would you like to review some Russian snacks? So he's in Russia. He's actually sending me a package of Russian snacks to review. And that sounds like fun, stuff that I've never done before. You know, very few times I'll tell somebody no. You know, there are people who will want me to, somebody who wants me to do a review on the Takis purple bag. And I can't remember what they're called, but I looked at them the other night and they're extreme as far as the heat. And I don't do heat well. So, you know, it's like you want to see me burn my mouth off. That's what you want to see. Because if you're asking me for an honest review, I'm not going to be able to give you one because I don't enjoy hot stuff. I can't understand people who enjoy hot stuff. So, and I don't want to give it it sucks, because it may be wonderful for you if you enjoy that kind of hot stuff. So it sucks to me, but it's not a fair review. I can't get past the heat. It's uncomfortable to me.
I refuse to believe that people truly enjoy.
I don't want to spend money on something that hurts. Huh? I'm sorry?
I refuse to believe that people enjoy that truly spicy. Like sriracha, great. Hot sauce, great. Like, you know, a ghost pepper, maybe. But anything above that, it's like, I honestly feel like it's like a pissing contest at that point, or a blank measuring contest at that point. It's like, it's just about the perception of kind of being, I wouldn't want to say cool, but it's like the people who eat like 2 Carolina Reapers and are like, that was great. I'm like, dude, you're a liar. Like, just stop that. Just stop.
Like, I love KFC hot wings. Absolutely. a fan of KFC hot wings, but don't give me the wet buffalo stuff. I don't enjoy it. I don't want to spend money on something that makes me uncomfortable. That to me just seems like a waste.
Right.
I mean, part of it too is I think that some of these people who are out trying to solicit reviews, because I get emails all the time. Personally, for me, it's a lot of like, would you like to take a look at the latest spyware of like either pens that can record things and things technically, which I would probably want to check out, but it's
not creepy.
It's a weird fit. Recently this morning, and John, it's funny you mentioned this, I got an email from a company that wants me to take a look at a humidifier. And I'm thinking, I don't think this person or this company has taken a look at my channel, because technically my channel. That's what I'm saying. It's strange, Tony. Oh, so there you go. That's probably the same thing, Tony.
But it was nerdy enough that I wanted to review it. I thought it was very cool.
And
USB.
What is like a real world application for that?
Maybe
like
if
practical, like
the office with your boss and you're trying to, if he's being nasty to you or something like that. I don't know. But it's fun. I don't know if I have never used this. Actually, I have never ever used it aside from the review, because I don't know how I would use it. Exactly. But it's cool. It's a spy pen. It takes video.
What do you do? Don't you? I've seen videos of you where it's like a point of view angle. Don't you have some, like, it's like spy goggles or spy glasses?
Yeah, I have
glasses right.
Those are actually really cool, and I could see myself using that, because it's like it's literally it's essentially the same thing as this. This is my GoPro head strap.
Right.
It's essentially the same thing as this.
Yeah. And I recently got a GoPro
good like this. Is this nice?
For like $70.
It's more inconspicuous that way.
Yeah, but I love it.
Hey, what's going on? Here, if I like strap this on.
But there's the glasses right there, and there's the camera right there, and it has dark lenses and it has light lenses, so you can do it. That's nice, John.
Yeah.
Carry that around and get neck pain for the next month or something like that. But these are great because
this is all you need.
It's all POV or POV type of stuff.
Right.
I've done this when I've walked into restaurants and ordered stuff, and people actually like that. Some people say it's very cool because, I got a comment on my Big Mac review video, and they said, "Why would you review the Big Mac? It's been out for 1,000 years." And I said, "Agreed, but first of all, somebody requested it. Second of all, there are not a lot of people, not everybody has a McDonald's where they are. I have viewers from outside the country who have never been to a McDonald's. Yeah. And so this is absolutely thrilling for them to see what I think of a Big Mac. To you and it's
views. It will get views regardless of the content.
One thing about that is that I don't know if your YouTube, Ian, I don't know if your YouTube person like went over this with you, but there's something called evergreen content, which is basically like, if you think about it, our least valuable videos to our channels are the latest item. If you really think about it, they're the least valuable because you get an initial burst of people searching for it, and then after that, it's not advertised, it's not marketed, people forget about it, no one's searching for it. But the videos like Big Mac's evergreen content, always being searched for. It's a staple, it's a classic, everyone knows about it. You know what I mean? So like those videos are actually more valuable than the Daredevil grillers, right? Because they get a big jump in views like the first couple weeks, and then they kind of
and Taco Bell takes them off their menu, and then they're gone. One of my most popular videos that actually makes me money outside of AdSense is the video I did on the internal antenna for your TV. I mean, and that appeals to a lot of different people because John doesn't know what I'm talking about, obviously. I haven't had cable or satellite for probably 4 years. And I haven't missed it because they make you pay $100 per month, if not more. They give you 200 throwaway channels, and you watch about 4 of them. And it's just like, I could never see that. And it surprised me how much time freed up not having that thing going constantly. But the thing is, after a while, I found out that there are 2 channels out there that I absolutely love. One called Me TV, and the other called Antenna TV. And what they do is they show nothing but old retro shows from when I was a kid. So 60s, 70s, and 80s stuff. That's it. I wanted these channels, but I couldn't get them online. So I found this clear TV antenna, which is just this little square thing that hooks up to your TV. And what it does is it pulls the signal from the towers within that range. This is like 35 miles.
One of those. You stick it to your wall.
I don't stick it to my wall. I just have it sitting out here. But I plugged that in, and I instantly got 20 clear, high definition.
The square you said?
Yeah. I'll show it.
Yeah, my sister has one of those that she plugs in, and she like got some extension for it, and she sticks it way up on her wall. But it's like, at the end of the day, like, you ever see the people who are like holding their phones
That's
up
it right there,
trying to get signal? I'm like, dude, it's a satellite in space. Do you think the foot extension of your arm is going to give you any better signal? It is
Exactly.
thousands of miles away. Like, your hand is not going to help it out. But she sticks it as high as she can.
$15. And
it looks exactly like that.
Like I said, it appeals to a lot of different people. First of all, because there are people out there who feel the same way I do. I don't want to spend $150 on 200 throwaway channels, 3 of which I watch. Right. I want free TV like it was when I was a kid. Right. So somebody has just showed me a way of getting 20 or more channels, depending on the antenna. Some go out.
How much does that cost?
$15.
$15?
Right.
Yep.
There's obviously no like subscription or anything. You just buy it once, plug it in, and good to go.
The 2 channels that I watch exclusively, and I absolutely love it. And so because I found it works, it was a passion to help other people in that situation, show them, hey, there's an alternative to paying out all this money. And I sell at least, I've got an Amazon link in the description. I sell at least 2 antennas every single day. And they may not particularly be that antenna, but because they clicked on that link, anything they buy within that time frame, I get the commission for. So I'm winning all over the place. Huh?
How do you get that going? Like, how do you get the Amazon affiliation? Because I've seen both of you guys, right? Ian, you do it as well.
Yeah. Only once. I've done it
once. I've seen Amazon links in your guys, and I just assumed that it was affiliate marketing. But like, how did you get set up with that? Like, how did you?
That was an email reach out from a company that wanted me to do. That was the first review that I had done using an Amazon version of the video that I had done. I basically made a smaller version of it and uploaded it. It was a wireless charging. It was a Qi charging capability for I have a Galaxy Note 4 that has one of those things on the battery that lets you charge wirelessly because it's not built in. So there you go, right there. You know.
Oh yeah.
So it was something that the company sent me from EC Technology to do. And that's why I personally didn't put a rating on it, because I wasn't, they asked me to do it for them. So it was more of a product showcase. And one thing with my channel is a multi-formatted channel. So even though it's primarily food that I do, I have movie reviews, tech reviews occasionally. I like to keep it open because that's how I first began. And I wanted to keep that opportunity there. If I wanted to do a movie review, I can do one because I have it listed as one of the categories. TV shows for The Walking Dead, stuff like that. So,
I love Walking Dead.
Oh, I know, I love it too. The technology, EC Technology, they reached out to me and they asked me if I wanted to take a look at wireless charger available, and if I wanted to do a review, if I can put it up on Amazon, which I've done. And the thing is, though, and that's the thing that with Tony, because of getting sales off of that, I know personally for me, I was never set up with getting a commission off of anyone that was sold for that particular reason. I was just doing my part to help and assist and to showcase the product for what it was. So I think and maybe Tony can speak to this, because I think it speaks more to the company that is doing something like that, where they say, well, based upon the response of your review, then you'd be able to probably get a percentage off of something for it there. But right now, my review has been sitting in Amazon for what that is for a long time. I haven't even looked at it ever since. It's been a while, but it's good for exposure, because obviously it shows your channel and you put your time and energy into it. And Tony did a great job with that review. In fact, the collab that Tony and I did with the morning breakfast battle for between Burger King and McDonald's, I used one of the clips when I showcased Tony's channel, showing him doing what he does, with that there. And that's a testament to the power of having a multi-format where you can do a little bit of different things and give people a little bit of a taste to see something other than the latest Jack in the Box burger, which is the same thing, just in a different way. So
Right.
I've been doing affiliate marketing for years, so I'm just a natural marketer. Anything I do, anywhere I go, anybody I talk to, it just clicks in my head. How can I turn this into cash? It's just something that naturally comes out of me. So, you know, setting up an affiliate program, like going through a place like Commission Junction, which is a huge depository of all types of brands that you can sign up as an affiliate for. And anytime you make a sale, I mean, there's pay-per-clicks, which really don't exist anymore because of click fraud, but they have pay per signups. Like maybe if you have an affiliate relationship with a insurance company and somebody asks for a quote. If they do that online through your affiliate link, you'll get a commission off of it. But the most common is pay per sale, which is like Amazon and other stuff. But the thing is that, you know, like I said, no matter what I'm doing, when I found that antenna, I absolutely loved it. And the initial reaction was, I want to share this with other people and tell them that you can get out from under the thumb of cable and satellite companies. But then I thought, okay, you know what? I bet you Amazon sells this thing. So I have an affiliate relationship with Amazon, which I just signed up for. And they have a little ribbon banner along the top when you're an affiliate. And there's a button that makes a short link, a short affiliate link for you. And then you just add it in your description or wherever else. That's an affiliate link. When somebody clicks on that thing and they actually buy that product, or with Amazon sells everything. So, you know, if they buy a completely unrelated product, but they went through your affiliate link, you will get the commission off of it.
Really?
Awesome. You gotta look into that.
Affiliate marketing is freaking awesome. I've made
my YouTube channel. So many people search for stuff on there. Like, there's a lot of traffic that goes through there.
Yeah.
Like a how-to video on a product, like how to, I don't know.
Exactly. You know, you show them a product and you go, okay, if you want to buy that product or you want to take a look. I mean, I make a lot of commissions off of my video glasses too, on my throwaway channel, just because I've used them, and I put the link down below because people were curious about it and they ended up buying it.
Yeah, just something as simple as like one of my cooking videos, and use a certain knife or use a certain frying pan or use a piece of equipment or something, and then be like, you know, the knife was used by this is the brand,
right?
The link.
Yeah, that's product placement. And you know, I did that. I had what I turned in, it was actually on my throwaway channel, and I put it over on here and remarketed it for the Old Nerd, but did a Old Nerd kitchen in the kitchen with Old Nerd. So and it was on making matcha tea Rice Krispie treats, which is a very rich, savory type of tea. It's a green tea, and it turns these things completely green. But this company called me and they said, would you go ahead and market our green tea? And I said, well, let me go ahead and see some recipes. Do you have some recipes I can look at? And so they gave me all this selection of recipes, and I found this Rice Krispie one that I thought would be fun. And so I made the video. I have the tea. I said, this is the tea that I'm using in the Rice Krispie treats. And they paid me for that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
it's good money if you can get it.
It's like $80.
Really?
Yeah, just for a product placement.
All right, I need to get down with this stuff. You guys are...
Yeah, I mean, because then you're making money off the AdSense off your videos. You're making money off the affiliate links, and you know, 50 million different ways. If you can take one piece of content and make a number of different ways of revenue, you know, the main key is totally passive revenue. If you can make totally passive revenue, which is basically what AdSense is on your videos, set it and forget it.
Well, you know what's interesting is YouTube recently launched something where it recognizes products and things in your videos, and then supposedly there's supposed to be a card or something that pops up leading you to buy that product directly. So it's indirectly doing similar, just like Tony, you're saying there. It's giving you the avenue because that's the future, because of so many people watching YouTube videos, and you have technically product placement all over the place. Like, John, if you were to do Taco Bell's latest and greatest, once you show it, or there's something on your screen which the algorithm picks it up, pings it, and the next thing you know, it takes you to, say, the Taco Bell mobile app, so you can order it directly. And, oh, guess what? There's a promotion. You can get a free so-and-so if you order this particular whatever. It's limitless in terms of the future of where that's going there. But that's very valid.
Go to cj.com, John. You will have a ball. cj.com. cj.com. That's Commission Junction. That's the depository. You can find anybody who has an affiliate.
I've been getting this lady ever since I fixed the business email on my channel. I've been getting all this garbage. And this one woman literally sends me 6 emails a week, and for some reason it doesn't go to my spam folder. But she wants me to, let me just find this really, really quick. She wants me to basically do this, like, it's basically like what you're talking about. Christina Drogas. It's called billiondollarboy.com. And so you're essentially, they work out deals for you like a broker. So they'll work with, right here, Audio Technica. So here we have some Audio Technica headphones, all right? So they'll do brokerage and set up a deal with Audio Technica. Nice. Yeah, they're really seriously great equipment. So much better than Beats. Beats just spends all their money on marketing, and they actually spend their money on making solid stuff. So they would work out a deal and be like, all right, so it's strictly numbers. They'll be like, all right, this guy gets 7,000 views a day. He has 15,000 subscribers, and he does tech videos. All right, cool. So we'll work out a deal for you, Audio Technica. You make a video reviewing these headphones. You don't need to do an affiliate link. You don't need to do anything like that. You just review the headphones, and they'll give you like a flat $500 or like a flat $1,000. So at first I was like, it sounds pretty, reasonable. I mean, a flat rate, real quick. No, you don't have to sell anything. You're just doing a review on a video. I mean, you're just simply exposing it. So then the more I got into it, she wants me to sign, well, not me, anyone who does this, a 2-year contract. And it's like a non-disclosure. So it's like you have to work just with them. And then they take like 20% off the top. And I'm like, what is the point of signing a contract? Because like, if you have a good service and I'm happy with it and I'm pleased with it, wouldn't I continue to use it? Like, clearly you have a high turnover rate and people aren't satisfied, and that's why you have to lock them in. So I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, don't force my hand. If I find I like it, I'll sing it from the rooftops.
Exactly.
John, just the other day, we got an invite from Skunky. What was the name of that affiliate company that wanted us? They're a partnering service for YouTube. And they have great payout rates and everything. But the catch was you have to take down all your videos off your channel and re-upload them to their channel.
Oh, no.
That's going to happen. That's a good idea, yeah.
Never.
That's
and as soon as I saw that, I said, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that for like 10 grand. I wouldn't do that. Like this is so important to me.
There's a lot of partnership emails that I get bombarded with in terms of join this network and you still keep channel content creativity, and this is the cut of what it would be. And it's kind of scary to think about. You're not even making hardly anything to begin with at the moment, yet you're going to give 20 or 80% of whatever it is. I mean, the split between even less. So it's not viable to even consider unless you're maybe at that 100,000 plus range, and at that point, because of what they can possibly offer you. And I get it's a business, but at the same time, it's a little scary to navigate at the same time too.
Okay, Tom's got a question for us now. Tom wants to know, each one of you, what's your favorite sandwich ever?
Ever.
All right.
I have to say, I am in love with Jack in the Box's Buttery Jacks.
Yeah.
Oh,
I tried them.
Good.
In Vegas, and I had the opportunity to try a Buttery Jack, and I went to In-N-Out, and I went to Shake Shack, and I went to Del Taco, is it called? And by the time I went to the other one, I was so full. I was like, dude, I'm literally going to vomit. I can't. And I literally was inside a Jack in the Box. They have none in Virginia.
Oh,
none even on
you haven't had them yet?
I've never had one. It looks so good, and I was inside the restaurant.
I'm sorry, Tony.
Trying it.
I'm sorry, Tony. Every time I hear you say that, and I've watched your review, But every time I hear you say it, I have a 12-year-old moment.
I don't even want to hear about it.
Oh.
Jeez, dude.
Come on.
Terrible.
I mean, the burger itself, just the patty itself is infused with herbs and garlic. I mean, it's oozing this stuff out. It is so good. Their bacon and Swiss is their best. I tried recently their onion something that had all kinds of different onions on it, and it was pretty good. It was really good. But I mean, that bacon and Swiss buttery jack is just to die for. Oh
Guys,
my goodness.
let me tell you, I've had that a couple of times. I've only had it twice, and it's the times that I've done my reviews only, because it is super rich, you know, for what it is. And the very first time, it was amazing. It's products like that. When I first was making my channel, I wanted to call it, what is it that can be a little different than everybody else, or get a little bit where it's just something unique. And honestly, the Peep This Out, the whole point of it really is to get up close and get close to it and see all of the minutia of how deliciously, ridiculously awesome it looks like. And the buttery jack, you know, if I can, I know this is technically a G-rated program, but that's like sex between two pieces of bread. It's ridiculously.
I agree.
I'd say it's a
You know that Charles agrees, Mr. Buttery Jack.
Yes. But let me just say, I will say that is the definition of bomb sexy from a fast food restaurant right now. It is the buttery jack from Jack in the Box.
Can you guys like freeze one and mail me one, please, or like do something?
So I'm really expecting Jack in the Box to go ahead and contact me and you and work out a little deal here.
A little buttery.
Putting them over the top.
Yeah. I've done two of them. They're good.
So what about you, John?
So I've been thinking about it, and so like I have two. I'm gonna say the close second is gonna be the Meat Mountain.
Yeah.
Just because Arby's is the quality of meat at Arby's, the chicken, the beef. I mean, everything is just so good. And I mean, you just put everything on a bun. It's an outrageous amount of meat. It reminds me of I don't know if you guys have ever been in New York City, the Carnegie Deli.
Yeah.
They give you like a pastrami sandwich like this big. Yeah. And so it reminded me of that. And then it's only $10. So it's like Arby's is a premium. Well, no, I mean, like compared to for Arby's, you know what I mean? Like you get like a large beef and cheddar, fries, and a drink, and it's $10 essentially. Yeah, so it's not bad for that. But number one, my favorite sandwich, the tastiest, most delicious sandwich that I've ever had in my entire life, is Witch's The Wicked. And I got you get 3 cheeses. I got like blue cheese, Swiss cheddar. You get bacon. You get all different kinds of meat. The bread is toasted. It's like honey mustard, all these veggies, black olives. I think I gave it an 11 out of 10 on the video.
Wow.
And I never go above 10.
I've
but
never heard of the place.
Yeah. Witch the Wicked. It's unbelievably amazing. Yeah, it's so good. It's everything you ever want. Is it a what?
Is it a fast food place?
It's like a fast casual. It's kind of like the Chipotle of sandwiches.
Like Quiznos. It's Subway. When you consider Subways like McDonald's, this is kind of like the upper echelon of just really delicious. The quality is insane. I mean,
it's so good.
Yeah.
Look up the Wicked. You literally choose like, what is it, Ian? You go there a lot. Is it 5 meats and 3 cheeses?
Yeah, it's at least 5 meats and 3 cheeses, and it's one of their signature ones there. I reviewed that on my channel, and that was the first Witch review that I had done, and it was everything that it was prophesized to be, and it really it was amazing. So
it's incredible. Like blue cheese crumbles are an option. I love blue cheese crumbles. They're tangy and creamy.
It's all options. It's all options.
Like licking between somebody's toes to me, It's just like, if I want that taste, I'll just go ahead and lick between somebody's toes.
You know what? I used to hate it too. It grew on me there.
It's an acquired taste.
That toe taste, it really grew on me.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, and I'm not sure if it was you or Connor. Did you recently do the fondue fries from Wendy's, or was that Connor?
Yeah, I know I did it there. Connor, I'm not sure. I have not checked.
Was it you that got the 3 whole strips of bacon on it?
It was decent when I did mine. I didn't specify 3. It was at least maybe 2.5 sticks, but broken up.
But were they strips?
Not strips. They were broken. They were chopped up.
Then it was Connor. Connor got this little piddly little bit of cheese that was hidden under 3 entire strips of bacon. They didn't even crumble it up or anything. I thought, Oh my goodness, that's got to be the laziest worker I have ever seen in my life. 3 whole strips of bacon. How are you going to eat fries with a strip of bacon on top? It was just so ridiculous.
No, Tony, you had the best presentation of that from what I've seen because you had a gargantuan amount of cheese sauce. Mine was like just okay. It was
they
just
did good. They packed me with the cheese sauce and they packed me with the bacon, and they were really good. Like I said, it's not something that I would go back specifically for, but yeah it was good stuff.
So
and they did it
right. When I get a full-time job is I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
The fondue fries?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The bacon burger and the fondue fries?
I have a Wendy's, yeah. I usually, but I haven't heard anything about that, or like I haven't. It's terrible.
I had to find out what it was inside Wendy's because they don't have it on their front page, which place is going to show you the newest stuff on their front page. They didn't have it anywhere.
What's the difference between like the Baconator fries? It sounds like it has cheese sauce and bacon.
Just the cheese.
It's a Swiss Gruyere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Swiss Gruyere. So it's like a melting pot. If you've ever been to like melting pot where you have like the big fondue bowls of Swiss Gruyere or any type of cheese and you dip the bread and stuff like that, it's that type of consistency, which means you have to really kind of get to it as soon as you get it or else it congeals a little bit.
Right.
But it really is just, it's a very decadent burger. I wouldn't say it's up there with Buttery Jack like that, but it's the upper echelon for Wendy's and it's easily one of the best sandwiches, I think, or burgers they've had.
Yeah, I've got to try the burger. I haven't done
the fondue burger, or what is it? The Gouda burger? Or?
No, the Gouda, it's got Gouda cheese. It's a Gouda bacon cheeseburger, but the Gouda is very muted because the Swiss Gruyere is a very strong, pungent type of cheese.
They put the cheese on the burger too, the fondue cheese?
Yeah, if you see the thumbnail on there, I took the PNG file of that and amped the color saturation so you can see it really close. It's dripping.
Just Wendy's Gouda bacon burger. All right, who do you think is the #1 result on the SEO? Wendy's Gouda bacon burger. The Got the Munchies show. Good for you, dude. He's got, I don't know how it doesn't show. But that's awesome. And then KBD, Dame, Joey, the report of the week. Have you guys seen his videos?
Yes.
I've never heard of him.
I love him. The report of the week. He does it in like, he's like the most like calm and collected individual, and he wears like a suit and tie for all of his videos. He's like, hello. Today we will be reviewing the Friday's rolls.
Charles, he's wearing a jacket, Charles. He's wearing a jacket.
Yeah, he wears a jacket. You got the vest. You're he's
good. You're good.
That's brilliant. What he's just done is he's branded himself.
Absolutely, he has branded himself. Yeah, it is really good. But so Mr. Happy is right under Dame, and then the food review. Yeah, Connor. Robert Dyer. Have you guys seen Robert Dyer?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Dude, Robert Dyer is like.
I was driving through the drive-thru and holy smokers.
Holy smokers. Holy smokers.
I have to watch this guy. It's funny that the reckless eating video that Matt put out with all of us, there's probably 75% of those people I had no idea.
I know.
I didn't know this thing was so huge.
I had no idea there was that many of us.
Hey guys, real quick, just to answer Tom's question, I'm going to tell you, aside from just the best sandwich, just speaking from the West Coast point of view, I'm going to definitely go with the Meat Mountain from John, because that is just ridiculous for something that was just made, and really just the social media that went viral on that one. That's just an amazing thing. But here on the West Coast, we have a place called The Hat. And if you guys are familiar here in Southern California, I'm big on pastrami. And I've done a couple of reviews there. I did the actual sandwich way back in the day, and they have pastrami fries, pastrami chili fries, which are just ridiculous. So the pastrami is hands down my favorite sandwich, or something local by far.
Nice.
Really good stuff.
I love pastrami.
Something that I've got an advantage of living in the Portland area is that I'm going to start doing. First of all, I need to go down and do a review of Voodoo Donut. Everybody freaks over Voodoo Donut.
Yeah.
But Portland has got probably over 800 food carts now.
Wow.
And it's just like, I've got like a plethora to choose from down there. So I'm going to start probably getting into that, kind of like along kind of like I just tripped over that eating the dollar stores thing. I just absolutely tripped over that.
Which I love, by the way.
Loves that.
It's awesome.
It's fun to do and it's easy to do, but everybody just flipped out over that, and I didn't think it was going to be any big deal.
Yeah,
so I figured, okay, well, I'm going to
do and stuff. I'm like, there's no way this is going to be good, and you're like, not bad. I'm like, dude, no way. That's awesome.
I have been so totally shocked by most of the
story is good, and it is.
That ribeye steak was a total surprise for me, and I knew that would get a lot of attention because who's going to buy a dollar ribeye steak?
Yeah.
And it was actually good. It was thin, but it was actually good. And when I was there getting it, I saw somebody walk away with an armful of these things. And he said, you know, I live on a real tight budget and I love these things.
Wow.
Okay.
Tony, I enjoyed the mac and cheese review. The mac and cheese review for the dollar store thing was great. It was just great.
Oh, just the little container.
It was seriously stuff like that. I'm down with. I'm always down with mac.
Most of those stuff, you know, not the name brand stuff, but the store bought stuff, the store brand stuff. That's usually better than the name brand stuff.
Yeah.
I enjoy Winco's mac and cheese over Kraft.
Wow. It's cool. It's very cool. Very, very cool.
Well, gentlemen, it's been just shy of 3 hours. Should we finish the recording here?
Really?
Or...
Oh.
Having fun.
Are you serious?
Seriously?
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
That is awesome. Wow. That is amazing.
So, starting with Tony, tell us where you're located at, Tony, so people can find you.
YouTube.com/Oldnerdeviews. I'm really dedicated this next year to getting the website together more than, because right now it's just a WordPress blog that I just kind of throw the videos up and throw Instagram stuff up on. But I mean, your website is your hub. You know, that's where everything else is supposed to come back to, and eventually where you make most of your sales. And that's just the marketing guy talking. So I'm dedicated this next year to getting the website up, but the easiest place to find me, youtube.com/Oldnerdeviews.
Okay, John, same for you. Where can we find you at?
You can find me at youtube.com/BiteandChewReviews, and then you'll find links to everything. I also have a BiteandChewFoodReviews.com, and all the social media and stuff like that will be on those two sites.
And Ian?
You can find me at youtube.com/Peepthisout. If you do put that address in there, you may see a name that looks like DVD Bones 3, and that was my original handle way back in the day, so I was using my personal account, and I've left it as such because things have kind of mushroomed from there. But youtube.com/Peepthisout will take you there, as well as on facebook.com/Peepthisout as well. I really, really appreciate the opportunity to be on here with you guys. You guys are just, you know, true saints and true masters at what you do. And Charles as well for having me on here. It's been an absolute pleasure. Looking forward to doing it again with you guys for sure.
Well, I can tell you this will not be the only time we do this. We will be doing this again. Of course, myself and Skunky, who's in the chat room here moderating everything, we're located over at nts-show.com for our main website. And on YouTube, we're at youtube.com/nothingtosay-show. This video will be up on YouTube probably late tomorrow night once we get it all edited and everything. And each one of you, Tony, you've been on the show twice, a regular show. John, Ian, you're both invited to come on anytime you want to.
Fantastic. It was a blast.
Thank you.
We're booked through the first of the year right now, but Skunky will be getting in touch with both of you over the next few days to see about getting you on in January.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
All right, well, we're wrapping up the video now, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone in the chat room for tuning in.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it. And Ian and Tony will talk about that affiliate stuff. All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Homie hugs to everybody. Homie hugs to everybody. It's a pleasure.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.